Whispers in the window are angry waves. Way ho the sea of souls. Down to the mists as the ocean slaves. Way ho the sea of souls. Way ho the sea of souls. Way ho the sea of souls. Hoist the sails round the eddies and shoals. Hey ho, it's the sea of souls. Now drop the anchor and grab some grog. Way ho, the sea of souls. We'll make a new entry in the captain's log. Way ho, the sea of souls. Hey ho, the sea of souls. Way ho, the sea of souls. Hoist the sails round the eddies and shoals. Hey ho, it's the sea of souls. Oh, way ho, the sea of souls. Way ho, the sea of souls. Hoist the sails round the eddies and shoals. Hey ho, it's the sea of souls. Hey ho, it's the sea of souls. Sea of souls. Whispers in the window are angry waves. Way ho, the sea of souls. Down to the mists as the ocean slaves. Way ho, the sea of souls. Way ho, the sea of souls. Way ho, the sea of souls. Hoist the sails round the eddies and shoals. Hey ho, it's the sea of souls. Now drop the anchor and grab some grog. Way ho, the sea of souls. We'll make a new entry in the captain's log. Way ho, the sea of souls. Hey ho, the sea of souls. Way ho, the sea of souls. Hoist the sails round the eddies and shoals. Hey ho, it's the sea of souls. Oh, way ho, the sea of souls. Way ho, the sea of souls. Hoist the sails round the eddies and shoals. Hey ho, it's the sea of souls. Hey ho, it's the sea of souls. Sea of souls.
It's true, yeah.
Well, I apologize, but I had no voice last week, so it's kind of hard to DM when you can't speak, and especially when you do character voices, and I can't even do my own. So yeah, that was fun. But I'm good. We're back, and it's great. So we are in the city of Porto D'Areias, where our adventurers arrived after making landfall on the Isle of Sands, meeting a strange dwarf by the name of Trubin, who turned out to be a druid and was intentionally living in the wilderness, avoiding the city. Acting as a guide, he took you through the jungle where you encountered from a distance some rather large dinosaurs. We're aware of some smaller ones, perhaps, in the region. And also encountered some not so pleasant critters and bugs, which gave Kalen a little bit of an interesting experience. But finally making your way through the jungle, you arrived in the eastern gate of the Port of Sands, at which point Captain Boone departed from your company to go and try to make arrangements to find another ship. Left you to wander the city a little bit, eventually making your way to a shipwreck turned tavern, which is awesome, called The Dusk, where you had some drink, some entertainment, and then found an evening's rest as you prepared to head to Joran's Tower in the morning to talk to the wizard about your discoveries with the Ivory Spire, and hopefully meet up with Captain Boone there as well. So we pick up at The Dusk. The rooms that you have in the hold below the tavern floor, the tavern deck, and as the morning's light breaks through, you can hear soft rain falling outside, and the day is yours.
Beautiful weather today, isn't it?
It's just like home. Moist.
I'll pay you 1 gold to never say that again.
Sold. Thank you very much.
Learning something new about you every day, Tayland.
There are many words in the language of which we use. Why do we have to resort to the ones that are less pleasing to the ear?
You're just cranky because you had a little too much last night.
Oxymoron.
There's no such thing as too much booze.
There you go. Yeah, see? You're smart. You got it.
I mean, some of us would beg to differ, but I suppose to each their own.
See, oxymoron. Good word, accomplishes a lot, says much in a very few amount of time.
Yeah, well.
I speak the language very goodly.
You certainly do.
English.
I ain't one to argue or critique. So, so what's on the agenda for today, gents?
Well, we could just go down to the bar and chill again.
I mean, that is always an option, but...
Well, it's not always an option.
I mean, it certainly seems for you like it's always the option. I was going to say, I think we could explore this place a little bit. I'd like to see if there's anybody that's dealing in magic items, like to perhaps expand the arsenal a little bit.
What arsenal? You are the arsenal.
No, but that's my point. I felt a little bit like maybe I was lacking in our last efforts, so...
They have a pill that fixes that now.
That's not... So, I'm gonna go find a magic shop.
Well, I think we'd poked around last night, and there's not really a magic shop per se.
There's a wizard's tower.
The wizard that we're going to go visit might be a wizard.
And, I mean, there was the whole gated community that, there might be something there if memory serves Mike correctly.
Yeah, you did find out that on the ship's side of town
Right.
is where most of the magic dealings would take place. And though some establishments are reserved for members of one of the 6 ships, there are others who will deal with non-ship members as well.
Remind me,
Did
we get information on what the 6 ships were last time?
You have not.
Okay.
No. I mean, that's possible to procure, but you have not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. I think the other thing we got to deal with is this matter of the gold, right? The loot that's a little, not quite tainted, but not as liquid as we'd like it to be.
Well, we need to make it more liquid.
Yeah.
Reforging it.
The
Torque.
wordplay.
Torque
This
leans
is great.
in.
This
Torque
is
leans in
progress.
a little bit, and I would be happy to take care of that.
That was the
for
best
us.
Jack impression I've ever seen in my life. I mean that wholeheartedly. No, legitimate. That was really good.
Thank you.
The face and everything. It's great.
We'll see if he feels the same.
We
but-
just need that palm tree behind it.
I just need the palm tree behind me. Yeah.
Well, if he's going to go ahead and do that, I'm just going to slip him an acorn. Just say, you mind covering that in some gold while you're at it? Bring it back to me.
That is an odd request, but
Hey, it's me.
I will see what I can do.
All right. So the little guy's taking care of our dirty money. And the other 3 of us can go and visit the wizard, the wonderful wizard.
The wonderful Wizard of Arius.
Mm.
If ever a whiz there was.
So when you have a really cute wizard, and it's the wonderful wizard of Aw. of Oz.
Of Oz.
Aha.
So Torque picks up the small chest, and he just kind of lets you on and says, "Okay, then." He just kind of turns, and I will meet up with you later.
Don't take any straw pennies. I don't know what that means. I just hear that occasionally.
He just kind of grunts and continues out the door.
Now I say we
That's
go
on
get
his
a
way.
hearty good sailor's breakfast, and then we'll go see this Wizard of Ounces.
Beautiful.
Yeah, all right. You're not getting loaded, though, before we go over there.
No, it's a morning buzz.
Little hair of the dog never hurts.
Irish
Hey.
coffee's a thing here, right? I can get an Irish coffee.
Well, Irish isn't a thing, but
No, but that you know what I mean when I say that, though.
we'll call it Caraful coffee.
I was just gonna say that. Is it Caraful coffee
Probably.
or Gungren coffee?
Only a Carafal coffee if you stir it with a fish. So yeah.
Gungrum coffee is just whiskey, so I mean that's just dwarves, right? Like that's just
Yes, Dinar's very familiar with that
Yeah.
kind of coffee.
As you head back to the tavern area, the same lizard folk server that had served you the previous evening is kind of hanging near the bar, and as you come up from the decks below,
Gentlemen, it's good to see you again. Welcome. Would you like some breakfast?
Yes, we would.
Niska, you read my mind. Let's do this.
You were
Perfect.
working all
Have a...
night?
Oh, no. I took a break and then had to come in early. We had one malcontent who didn't show up for work this morning, so I got nothing better to do. But sit. I'll bring you something. What would you like? Want some fish, some bread, some cheese?
Yes.
Sounds great.
A bit of a platter.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So,
Anything I'm not digging out of the trash is going to be beautiful to me. So.
If it's as long as it's not hardtack, we'll take it.
oh, I wouldn't dream of it. You gentlemen have a seat. I'll bring it right to you.
Yeah, between field provisions and scavenging for myself, this is going to be a feast.
it is mostly like there's some meat that's like kind of like jerky meat, that's been well preserved, very salty. There is fresh bread and hard cheese, but it's good. and there's like some smoked salmon and a few different things like that. Some fruit as well. They've got a lot to offer here, it would seem. So very nice, fresh breakfast.
Are there any other patrons in the tavern when we enter?
There are a few, some of which you would have recognized from the night before, likely ones who had stayed as well. There aren't anybody doesn't seem to be anybody kind of coming in yet. It's mostly those who are kind of coming up from the rooms below that are occupying a few tables here and there. Yeah, definitely much less busy, and there isn't really any music at this point. It's kind of like first thing in the morning, early opening hours sort of atmosphere. You do hear the rain steadily falling outside, and there's that kind of like damp morning dew kind of feel. And when you're in a tropical climate, but it's still got that kind of morning dampness that seeps in a little bit as the temperature is starting to rise and hasn't quite hit that nice comfortable level yet. So
it's cold and damp instead of warm and damp. Gotcha.
Oh, like cool. Mild and damp. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, Niska brings the food for you all, and kind of lays it out, and a couple of drinks of various persuasions as well, and leaves it to you.
Excellent. Yeah. Flick will tuck in. He's not shy.
Drink up, me hearties. After all, the song is, "What do you do with a drunken sailor early in the morning?"
It is early in the morning. After about 10, 15 minutes or so, as some of the other patrons have been seated, Niska actually comes and brings one of the bar stools and kind of slides it over to the table and just sits.
Hey, if you don't mind, well, kind of bored. You can see there's not much going on, but what are you gents doing in the city today? Maybe Niska can be of help.
Eating breakfast at the moment.
Oh yes, of course. I don't mean to intrude. I'm happy to go back to work. I just here to offer my services in case you need anything.
Listen, you're not happy to go back to work. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here talking to us.
Yeah.
Well, don't say that too loudly, but yes, it's true.
Well, we were having some trouble with local trivia. I wonder if you could help us out.
What? I know many things, Niska does.
Trivia. Good word.
I thought so. We know that there's a 6 ships that run this town.
Yes.
But what are the 6 ships? Is it 6 actual ships? Is it 6 fleets? Is it 6 families? What are we talking here?
Oh, you really are newcomers to Porto D'Areias if you don't know who the 6 ships are.
Hey, man, what can I say? Carafal, born and bred, we don't get out much.
Okay. Well, I will tell you the 6 ships. They are called ships because they are run by captain, and they are sort of houses, guilds, maybe that kind of. If you've seen the walled compounds on the other side of the city, each compound is one of the ships, including the big one up on the rock, up on High Rock. That is the high ship that sort of sits above all of them right now. But I don't meet too many people that haven't heard of even one of the ships, but. That's okay. You know what? I have map of city I will bring, and I've made some notes on it. Let me get that.
I was gonna say, get a children's menu that we can color on. And
no. It's more little side job, if you will, that I do. I make tourist information for people.
Pamphlets, beautiful.
So I will be right back with one. Give me 1 second.
And he gets up and kind of goes and disappears, kind of down the end of the ship towards the bow of the ship and through a door. And about a few minutes later comes back, and it's really just a rolled parchment that he just puts on the table and kind of lays out. And I can show you this. So he has a map of the city that he has. You can see he's scribbled on a number of locations, including the Dusk, where you are right now.
Impeccable penmanship.
Yes, well, I took my time doing it. I learned your language very, very, very well.
And he starts kind of pointing out.
So here we are at the Dusk. This is the best place to come, of course. You are on port side. The high ship is Vargost. So they are the richest ship, the biggest one with the most members. So they currently occupy. They haven't always been the high ship, mind you, but they occupy that compound right now, the High Captain Vargost. And then you have Adamast, Renly, Boone, Kilcoral, and Macarta. Those are the 6 ships. Yeah.
Do any of the names that are written here ring a bell for Dinar, having sailed the seas in this area?
Boom.
Well, Boone, for one, would.
Yeah.
Well, yes, obviously. the captain.
Adamast would be a name that you would recognize. There is a dwarven admiral by the name of Adamast in the Gundam Royal Navy,
Ooh,
which you likely would have heard of.
okay.
But
Renly is their newest ship, so they're very small. They don't have much of a compound yet. It's kind of, you got some hedges around, a couple buildings is the smallest, but they all
imply that there have been 5 ships, or are there always 6?
there are always 6, but just sometimes they come and go. A ship can lose its standing if they go against the ledger, if they cross the other captains and they break the unwritten rules, as it were. Then the ship can be ousted by the other 5.
The rules are unwritten. How do they know if they've been broken?
I think they'll figure it out.
They have
They don't have some Keith Richards looking mother going around with a giant book.
no. They have what's called the ledger. I don't think it's actually a book, but it's more what all the captains know and live by, and only the ships know it. But if one of the ships goes against the ledger, then that ship can be more or less. Sometimes they just get exiled. Sometimes they might get, slaughtered if it's really bad. So if a ship was found to be, doing slavery and that type of thing, that's pretty much instant death. Because
And then if that were to happen, how do they determine who's the new 6th?
there are many ship captains, many wealthy merchants and the like who come to Porto D'Areias and do business, and so they would put their names in to the other 5 ships, who would then decide which one is best for business for the city. So
Tell us, how long has Boone been here?
Boone, longer than me, a long time. Yeah, I think
Well, you look to be about 18, 19, so...
Yeah, clever tongue. Yeah. No, the Boone is one of the first ships, I think. One of the original. They've been there a long time.
Really?
Yes.
You didn't mention that when we got here.
I don't think he wanted to.
Okay.
You said you don't know ships, but you know Boone ship? Maybe? Okay. Not pride business, sorry. Anyway. Those are the 6 ships. There's other spots I've marked on here. There's the Market Square, which is good if you want to get some things. Crimson Wave, they're worth taking a peek at. They are pirate hunters, slaver hunters. Very, very nice. If you're ever looking for work, Crimson Wave, they like to hire people on. But there, take map. It's for you I give for free. Yeah.
That's very generous.
Sure. Help you find your way around the city. Don't want you getting lost.
There's a whole barrel of them in the back.
Totally.
It's one of those tourist maps. See the homes of the stars.
Yeah. I would avoid port side, the alleys and streets, unless you have specific business there.
Why is that the fun side?
Well, it's where there are some shady characters, especially at nighttime.
I'm gonna point to a shady guy in the corner. There's always a shady guy in the corner. Shady people here too.
Well,
I'm gonna gesture to Flick. He's pretty shady.
Hey, it's Freeport, okay? I mean, yeah.
I resemble that remark. It's all right.
Just if you don't know your way around and you don't have the right connections, I would avoid Portside if you want to keep your coin. Yeah.
Yep.
That's fair.
Keep your insides on the inside too. Is always a.
Oh yes, that is a good point. Very well said. Yes.
Not that I have any experience with that kind of thing. Anywho,
It is strange to say, but okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Here, Flick,
Oh,
have
I've
another
heard-
drink.
when we brought up the Boone ship, was there any reaction to the name? Like, did Niska seem? Did they like them? Did they not like them? What's the?
You can give me an insight check if you want.
Yeah, just looking for the read on without showing our entire hand to see what the cold read on this was.
Sure.
Nothing. That's what it was. The implacable face of a lizard folk.
Yeah, very hard to get a grip on the expressions and nothing really caught your eye at all. Though.
Reptilians are famously hard to read.
Yeah.
That's what I'll tell myself.
To steal a Mercer line, yeah, hard to read.
I'm still waking up. All right. Well,
do you think so? What do you guys think it is? Do you think it's exile, forced exile, or self exile? You think maybe it was one of them spies? Maybe
I think maybe it's my time to leave. Just maybe some things. Casual conversation is good, but I don't want to get into anything I don't need to know.
we
So
appreciate your.
you enjoy your breakfast. I will go
Yeah.
Thanks, Niska. Appreciate it.
clean some mugs or something.
they just bring a bottle of something over.
Sure. Yeah. Okay.
And he gets up and walks off, kind of gives a little bit of look over his shoulder and goes,
So what do you think? Self exile, forced exile, some kind of spy operation?
But how do we know we weren't just doing work for this?
That's exactly my point.
We might have been just.
I mean, Captain Boone seems like a straight and narrow kind of guy, which could be why maybe he's, not necessarily part of the family anymore, or the crew,
Or
the ship,
maybe the
one with
simpler
the ship, one with the
solution
crew.
that his dad gave the business, the shipping area, to his little brother or something. And so Boone is not very proud of the fact that his baby brother's running the Boone area and he doesn't get to.
Could be that. Could also be that, Daddy bought him a ship, and he's going around playing pirate.
Yeah, and he done wrecked it up too. That's
Ooh,
that's
a
gonna
good
look
point.
well.
So like,
Well,
do
we
go
need
over
to.
there?
Well, this. Hold on a minute here.
Like he obviously he knows us well enough. He knows we're gonna nose around and find out that he's connected. So
Maybe he's just embarrassed that the rest of his family are gnomes and he's adopted. I don't know.
could be, or he's just had to go crawling back to Daddy and ask for another ship, and he'll miraculously come up with one for us to be sailing in 2 days.
I mean, that would certainly be interesting.
And then we'll see what his story is.
Too bad none of us are really quiet and able to move around and hear things they shouldn't be hearing in places they shouldn't be in.
Yeah, absolutely. That would be horrible. But what an awful existence that would be, huh? I don't know what you suggested.
Innocent play.
Yeah. With my stealth score of 8, whatever do you need?
I mean, I could reduce your size if you want, Tayland. I could make you flick-sized, and then you could run around and be sneaky if you'd like.
Personally, I'm quite happy with the size that I'm at.
All right. If you're sure.
There are other ways to get around than to skulk about the shadows.
And to be fair, I could only do that for a minute, so wouldn't be very effective for long.
Precisely. We'll put that on the old aft castle for now. Something to keep in mind. That might be where he is. Might be why we haven't seen him. I believe we're supposed to meet him at the tower, though.
Was that today?
Wasn't it? It was 2 days, right?
2 days?
Am I remembering that correctly?
I believe you were going to meet him the following morning.
Yes. Yeah. So we basically have a whole day to do whatever. It may be worthwhile to go and check out some of the market. I could do with some armor. That is not what I'm wearing now. And,
I'm kind of interested in that Crimson Wave.
Why?
Because he said it's like pirate hunters. They could give us some work, something we could do while we're here.
What, root out pirates in a pirate city?
Yeah. Maybe we'll get to play in that fun area that you were talking about earlier at Portside.
I thought we were supposed to be relaxing. That's
Well,
we're not exactly hurting for coin right now.
No, that's true. I
mean, Portside sounds like it'd be a good place to get information. That's what it sounded like to me.
That's okay.
But if we want to check out, we could stop in.
All right. So
to appease your curiosity.
You want to hit the market?
Well, hey. We spend the day ashore. Might as well make the most of it.
That's fair.
You don't know what kind of exotic goods they might have here. Port city like this, come in ships from all over the place. Get some interesting food, interesting things. You might even see some animals for sale that are from weird places. I heard of this thing called a peacock. Wouldn't mind seeing one of those.
Misreal peacocks are gargantuan.
It wasn't a dinosaur in the forest that we saw. It was a peacock.
That's right. Yeah. That's exactly right. Yeah.
All right. Well, let's start in the market then. We'll see if we can get you some armor, and then I think I might head over to the ships, and I might have some connections at the Adamast ship.
All right.
Maybe. We'll see.
Make sure you get everything you want to eat. Might be a bit before we get back here.
That's fair.
We get something to go.
Probably.
What is our bill going to be for breakfast?
It'll be a total of 2 silver, actually.
Flick's got it.
Yeah.
No problem. And slip in a little extra for Niska. Covers the map, and maybe to forget anything extra that they might have heard.
I would say you get the idea that he's probably pretty used to intentionally forgetting things.
Good. Never hurts to remind them.
Remembering things. So
doesn't hurt to just
reinforce that. Yeah.
Oil the gears every now and again.
Yep.
I heard nothing at all. Yep. Who are you even? I don't even know you.
I am Bismarck Waldstein.
Pleasure to meet you. Now,
this is Oompa Loompa, and that's Tweedle.
those are very interesting names.
They were foreign.
Okay.
Yes.
He's a gnome with a skin condition.
Stay dry out there, will you? The rain is starting to come down pretty hard,
and you can actually hear the rain picking up now.
More
of a steady fall outside.
Rain's not a problem for me.
Okay. I'm going to go clean those mugs again. Thank you for the tip, my goblin friends. It's very generous.
Absolutely.
I heard nothing.
All right, Richie's first.
All right, so where are Jen's headed?
We'll head out. I will keep myself perfectly dry by constantly whistling and never stopping.
You have like
You notice as Taylor
shape water.
Yeah, I can basically manipulate water in a 5-foot cube around me.
so he just like the water just like
It's literally just dropping all around me. Just walking.
Oh, they're dropping directly onto me, and I'm not really.
probably
I'm thoroughly drenched within like about 2 minutes, and don't care.
Denara just like it's like his scales are like natural rain X, like they just like
Water
pours off. I mean, pretty much. I always picture dragons like those kind of scales. Like, yeah, you're water repellent. Like you just
makes sense.
Your clothes might not be, but
Yeah, at least I'm not digging today. That'd be, not doing work in this weather is fantastic. I can enjoy the rain. It's wonderful.
With the rain, you do notice that, like there are still people out and about in the docks, dock hands working and stuff, but the traffic definitely does slow down a little bit. There's not too many people eagerly out and about and kind of taking the time. It's more of that, moving with purpose, from building stoop to stoop kind of thing, like awning to awning, going where they need to go without too much. So it clears things up a little bit as far as pedestrian traffic.
So I don't have any particular shopping needs, so I think I'm going to be mostly on sort of lookout for the group, because we've been talking about our heavy purses here. So I want to make sure we haven't picked up any followers. We don't stand out because we're not locals. We will not be dressed as everyone else. We'll stand out. I'm just gonna make sure we're not getting followed, and no one's gonna start lightening our pockets.
Okay. Give me a perception check if you'd like.
Sure.
As you guys head into the docks.
Perception. Much better.
Okay. You do notice there's a few people that are just kind of giving, casual glances your way here and there, a few nods and like. As you make your way sort of into port, down the long pier away from the desk, you do notice as you come to, there's sort of a couple of like gazebo-like structures where there's like they've got an awning or like a roof over them. Then it's like open on sides, and looks like it's used for temporary storage of carts and crates and all that manner. And standing under one of them, kind of leaning up against a stack of crates, you see a very, very well-dressed orc gentleman. And his hair, his head is like picked bald, very, very clean. A little bit of a kind of a black goatee, long leather coat, and he's just kind of standing there with his arms crossed, and as you walk down the pier, he just kind of looks at you and just gives a little. But his eyes are definitely staying on you, following as you walk along.
Lovely day, isn't it?
So Sandy's going to give you.
Yeah, I'm mark that he's marked us, and let him know that I saw that he saw. The whole.
There's a little bit of a smile, like a.
Yep.
But even as you continue walking, he doesn't make any move to hide the fact that he's watching, and very openly just watching you go.
Stay dry, buddy. And we'll keep moving.
Do we get the sense that this guy is like a guard? Or is he eyeballing us for potential robbery?
Give me insight.
Insight?
See what you can tell from his mannerisms, his behavior.
My insight ain't great. But it's a plus
reading
one.
The situation as it were.
20.
Hey.
Plus 1. Natural 20, sorry.
Okay.
So 21.
He doesn't come across as sort of like the crook type. Especially the way he's out in the open, very well dressed, not really hiding at all. And but there isn't really a guard atmosphere to him either. Somebody of import, somebody who is very comfortable being seen out in the open, and there's kind of a natural air of command about him, confidence, and he's just
Could be one of the captains.
Yeah.
Could be.
Is there a big glowing exclamation point above his head?
there is not. No. Yeah. Quest here. No. Press A to speak.
Man once walked along the shore and called he out to me, "Ahoy!" Just keep moving.
Yep.
The whole time he's just kind of got one eyebrow raised, a little bit of a smirk, just
Smiling and waving. That's all we're doing here.
caution ego. Other than the one like little,
Mhm.
acknowledgement, he hasn't made any other moves. Just watching.
I'll kind of under my breath to Flick and Talon. Yeah, I wonder if this guy's from the high ship. He seems
Probably
very well
from-
dressed.
A ship.
Well, yes, but he's
He does look quite ship shaped, doesn't he?
ritzy, so
You can have inspiration for that move.
Hey.
So yes, I do award inspiration for puns.
As he should.
I need to find more puns.
Pundy, that's like I do this one thing.
No, you don't look puns up. You let them come naturally from the heart.
Right. Yeah, they always must be pun intentional.
Make sure they mature to fully grown.
Always let your puns be intentional as well.
So is there anybody
All
in
right.
this market square that's selling armor for Tayland?
So you're heading directly towards the market square.
That was our goal, wasn't it?
Yes.
Market? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll walk, Doc.
Sure. So as you pass along, you do pass which on your map is noted as the Crimson Wave structure, and the roof of it is painted in dark crimson, befittingly, and it sort of looks like a fortified warehouse almost, where you can see that there's been kind of crenellations added to the top of the roof, and that the corners have been kind of reinforced with very sturdy brick, and the door, big thick wooden door reinforced with iron, is currently closed, and it doesn't seem to be open. Like everything kind of seems gated and closed in, and dark. But as you do pass by, you can see that the door, there's kind of one of those like slide open things. It is currently open, and there's just somebody inside just watching the street as you go. And as you pass by, they're just with a nod and watch you go.
Give me a nod back.
It doesn't take you long to realize, as you continue on along the street, that the orc gentleman is not hiding the fact that he is fallen. He's staying about 100 paces back, but he is walking in your direction, keeping pace.
Is he a friend of yours?
I don't recognize him. How about you, Dee? Do you know this guy?
I don't know anybody.
I would say it's safe to say none of you have seen him. But he makes no move to approach you. He just kind of follows behind and keeps an eye.
What's his? So is his attire similar to what we've been seeing around the area, or does he look a little more unique?
It's very plush. Like
Okay.
it's not like high noble, flowery shirts and all the like, but you can tell the quality of what he's wearing is very expensive, very well made, and the way he carries himself as well. His boots are like polished. There's nothing. Everything about it is very immaculate. Like
If we do get into
shave,
it-
everything, like he takes he takes a lot of pride in his appearance, and he's just walking.
If we do get into an altercation, no one damages about outfit. It's mine.
Okay. Okay.
But yeah, he's about 100 paces back and hasn't come any near, and he's just kind of.
Sure, it would be great if we could visibly tell
Watching.
the difference between the different ships and the people working for them.
Yeah, I think maybe a little scouting operation after we're done our shopping trip might be in order.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Just keep an eye on them, Flick.
I got 2.
Well, then you'll run into everything and fall into the water.
One of Flick's eyes like moves this way, and the other one just stays
It's an iguana.
forward. There we go, iguana Flick. That'd be something.
You're gonna make me draw that too, Craig.
Absolutely.
Playable iguana.
You know iguana.
Yeah.
You make your way to the market square. Then it is open. Not every stall is open because of the rain, but more the ones that have kind of like a thicker canvas or even more like a tent that can kind of keep their wares dry. Those tend to be the ones that are open. So there are a number of shuttered stalls. There's still quite a few that are open for business, and there are some more sturdy. They're not exactly buildings, but it's more like a wooden stall type construction that have like shuttering windows and the thing for like kind of along the western side, the left side of the market square that are open as well. And just approaching, you can see, it's like a St. Jacobs market, like a Kensington market. It's just somebody over here is selling leather goods, wood carvings, very spiced food. There's knickknacks. There's kind of anything you can think of.
Cool.
Is there a good spot I can sort of post up and keep an eye on these 2 while they're shopping?
There's a couple of sides of shacks, wooden
Perfect.
placards and stuff that you could lean against easily enough.
Here's what Flick's going to do. Going to find the closest fruit vendor. Going to buy 2 apples. I'm going to find a convenient post to sit on. I'm going to eat 1 apple, and I'm going to wait for our sharp-dressed man to come by, and then we'll see.
Yep. Apples are pretty common, so a copper piece will get you a couple of apples.
Awesome.
Easily enough.
Is there a mummified monkey's paw?
No.
Okay.
Griffin's paw. No.
Is there a stack of cards that are strangely metallic and very thin?
I mean, are you sure? For streaming,
Not for me.
Is that what we want to get into?
I want to get a gift wrapped.
Oh yeah. So what exactly is it that you are?
I would like to procure a chain shirt.
A chain shirt. That would be easy enough to come by.
I figured. Because the last time we were in port, I bought some studded leather. Now I'd like to buy a chain shirt.
Certainly.
One upgrade per port.
Sure, why not?
Why not?
Well, the next upgrade's a nice jump by about 350 gold. So,
so you do find a sort of an armor stand, as it were. That's got a number of different types of armor for sale, and you do find a chain shirt there for 65 gold.
I assume it's riveted.
It's a chain shirt, man. I'm not an armorer.
Okay.
I'm not an armorer, but give me an insight check.
Alrighty. I don't even know if Talon would know anything about this, but insight 5.
Sounds good.
Yeah. It's it's good. It works. It's not rusted. It's in
Oh,
good shape.
it's really nice. It looks in impeccable shape for sure. It's been well cared for.
The main question is it seaworthy? Because if it's depending on what type of iron alloy it is, it could rust by seawater, and I don't really want that.
You get the impression that given the port and the climate that you're in, most of what you buy has been treated in some manner.
I didn't want to assume.
Yeah.
But I figured.
Everything here's been nickel plated. It's all good.
It's been treated, to withstand, the salty, briny air and the like. It's
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I assumed, but
Yeah. You would do very good business otherwise.
Yeah, out of
be
curiosity,
fair,
what kind of armor do they sell here? Like, do they even have things like full plate or half plate, or is it really just kind of up to breastplate?
No. Yeah, you don't see anything of kind of heavy armor. You do see like chains, leathers, some hide armor, that kind of thing. Yeah.
Scale's probably the heaviest it goes, eh?
You don't see any scale armor.
Okay,
No.
so breastplate then would be the highest you could get, but probably not available here
Probably.
because that's a little outside of the normal person's affordability.
Nothing super expensive.
right.
Yeah.
Well, that's not too bad. That's reasonable. We got money, so. So yeah, this shirt seems quite nice. My associate there will cover the charge, and I'll just walk off.
Wow. They kind of stop you, like, what? Hold on. You need to come back here and pay for that right now.
Yeah.
I think Dinar's grabbing Talon by the scruff of his neck.
Dinar,
Yes.
my great associate here. Look at him. He's made of gold.
Okay. Pale gold to start. Not actual gold. There's no monetary value on these scales.
Oh, don't say that.
Well, okay.
I'll not have you self-deprecate yourself in front of me, sir.
All right, Talon, look. Give the man his money.
Right. Here you go.
Thank you.
Dinar's
Hand
gonna
over the
mutter under his
chain.
breath.
Do you want to buy a slightly used studded leather jerkin?
No.
Not from you.
What? I take care of it.
That is a wise choice.
You just tried to walk away with Jane's shirt.
No. He's going to pay for it.
I mean, to be fair, if he had walked off, I would have paid and then
Exactly.
shaken the gold coins from his body myself.
What are you going to spend money on? You don't wear armor or use weapons.
vendor
All
doesn't
you
know
do-
that.
all you-
Look, Talon, do you know how much it costs to get new spells from magic vendors?
No, I can just do them.
Okay.
It's as easy as learning a new song.
No, this is much more difficult. There's a lot more gold transfer in getting new spells, copying new spells. So, while I appreciate the thought, you're wrong.
Sounds like a really classist society.
Flick yells in from the sidelines, mouthful of apple. You gotta get yourself a book like I got.
I got a book of songs.
When magic
Flick,
users
check out this armor. I almost bought it
fight
for a
about their
song,
magic.
but this guy got in the way.
the vendor's just kind of like looking at you like, you mean the stink eye right now? Like,
Tourists.
pretty much, yeah.
I don't even blame you.
Adventurers.
I don't blame you. Are there any
This should
vendors
hopefully
here that-
prevent undead blades from piercing my flesh this time.
That would be nice.
One
I
would
mean,
hope.
I'd be more concerned about the bug that got to you, but you know.
Well, that too. One whole armor class increase. Oh, yeah.
There you go.
How about, I know that we kind of asked the night before, but how about like a magic shop or somebody selling magical items in the market square? Probably not.
You can give me a perception check
Sure.
if you want to kind of have a.
I want to
See around.
gander and take a look and see. Let's see, perception is not great. That's a 3. So 4.
Doesn't seem to be anything magical in any of the stalls. Yeah, a lot of knickknacks and sort of common goods and the like, but don't even see any potions or anything like that in this spot.
So what, you want to go check out that wizard now?
I mean, I guess if that's where we're supposed to meet Captain Boone.
Oh, not today.
Was it not today?
Yeah, it's this morning at 10.
Yeah. Hey, Flick. How much did he have with breakfast? Did he have like a whole pitcher when I went to the washroom?
I don't know, man. Hey, Talon, how about you let us sober guys tell the time now, okay?
You just look at the sun, and then you judge it based on the horizon.
And there is no sun right now. It's
Uh-huh.
raining, but,
Yeah.
Oh man.
You look at the long shadows, the tide of the water. It's all quite simple. I know more things than you give me credit for, you know.
You'd have to.
Flick, your orc friend, well-dressed orc friend, has steadily been moving towards the market square.
I was going to ask. As soon as he's within a tossing distance, I'll toss him the other apple.
Ooh.
Because I did buy 2.
Yes, you did.
Think fast.
He catches it easily, just
Mhm.
kind of looks at it, takes a bite.
Boy, we are just trading cocky apple eating on each other now.
Yeah, it's like,
Talon's currently tangled in his chain shirt. Zadar.
I swear, I don't know how you've made it this far, Talon.
he continues to approach you, Flick, and just comes and stands, gets within about, we'll say social distance, you know, a good 6 feet relevance.
Ow, my hair's caught in it. Ow, ow.
It's a lovely morning you have here.
Yeah, I love the dampness. Really brings out the sheen in my skin.
Oh, see, I actually do appreciate a good morning rain. It cleans the streets of all the filth that gathers at night.
Indeed.
I'm not referring to you, of course. The name is Runix. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Kate holds out a hand.
Yeah, I'll
Runix. Yeah.
Runix.
He's actually very clean for a goblin.
He just holds out a hand to you.
I will quickly wipe off the apple and give him a hearty handshake.
It's torrential pouring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we're good.
Yeah.
I don't mean to be awkward about this, but I do happen to know that you and your friends there are associates of a friend of mine, Captain Boone. And I was made aware that he arrived in town last night, by land, as it were, actually, not by ship. And, I haven't been able to find him.
All right, is this guy full of crap?
Give me an insight check.
Yeah. I got
Insight that word, friend.
Yes.
That's what you want
the
to do.
whole. Not great.
Doesn't seem to be hiding anything.
You and your friends there, you entered town with him.
Sure did.
I can only assume that you are associates of his or crew. I'm not sure as to the relationship, but I'm hoping to find him. Haven't seen him in a while. Something to
Well, I'll tell you what.
catch up on some business, as it were.
If we find him, you can meet him at, let's say, at dusk.
Well, you just came from the dusk this morning.
Well, yeah, we're probably going back. When we find him, we'll tell him that's where you're going to be, and then he can come find you.
It's where we got our rooms, man. That's
You probably have all kinds of stuff that you got to be
So-
doing today. You got better things to do than follow us jokers around.
Am I to understand then that you don't know his current whereabouts either?
Oh, maybe we do, maybe we don't.
Well, you did say if we find him. So I'm assuming then that you.
Well, Captain Boone likes to wander off, you know.
Not particularly. He's usually a man of straightforward business. He's not the wandering type, as it were.
Hard to wander, but you don't got a ship.
Yes, about that. Am I to assume that the intrepid devil is lost?
That's
beached,
a word for it.
sunk, stolen.
At this point, Dinar's going to hold up his hand in front of Talen's mouth.
Yeah.
Want some?
No. Just take a drink yourself. Listen. Runix?
Runix, indeed.
Runix.
Yes.
Okay. Forgive our seeming deception here. We don't know you. When
Of
we
course
arrived
not. No,
here,
no.
Captain Boone did not let us know that there were potential associates in town. We were coming here to meet one specific person, so we're not anticipating any...
Although, that being
fellow
said, he does seem to
critics.
know somebody in every port we've been to.
It's true he does, but we
Boone
weren't expecting
is
you.
It's fair enough. Boone has many associates and friends here in Porto D'Areias. I am but one. He is a very well-known individual. Him and I have a bit of a closer relationship than many. You see, I have particular interest in the Intrepid Devil itself, and when our beloved captain was seen coming into port by land, it is a very curious thing for a captain to arrive without his ship.
It is.
Flick. I'm putting 50 gold down on he ran away with daddy's ship.
Are you trying to do that? Are you trying to hide whispering that? Or?
No, I'm literally whispering, literally sticking my face in his ear and whispering that to him. So I'm actually whispering it to him.
Yeah.
Okay. He just kind of looks at you. I'm not exactly sure where your destination is at the moment, but I would be interested in a conversation if we could perhaps walk and talk at the same time.
Well, where are you headed, Mac?
No particular destination at the moment.
Well, our
Happy to be a guide, as it were. If you
are
know
you
that you're
jokers
not from
done
here.
in the market here?
Well, I am done in the market, so Runix, perhaps you could lead us to somebody that might be able to assist me with some arcane goods.
Arcane goods, you say?
Yes.
Yes, I can see you appear to be the magic-y type.
That's right.
The runes on your scarf there are quite well done.
Thank you.
You want to head over to the ship side. There are a number of establishments south of Ship Renly that would be happy to deal with non-ship members, and I can only assume that you are non-ship members.
In more ways than one.
But yes, I would like to talk about that actually.
By the
but
way, do you like music?
who doesn't like music?
That's the correct answer. Do you mind if
Not
I...
all music is equal, however.
Well, that remains to be seen. How about on our journey, I'll play us a little tune.
You may whistle away, as you were previously. That would not bother me at all. Shall we walk and talk?
Works for me.
All right.
Yeah, sure.
I will begin to whistle, and as I do so, I'm going to infuse it with a little bit of unearthly chorus magic.
Okay.
Music of the style, which is, of course, sea shanties, in a cappella, multiple people whistling, in a 30-foot radius.
Okay.
It can be heard from up to 100 feet away. Moves with me, centered on me, for about 10 minutes, giving me advantage on performance checks, and I can use a bonus action every round to beguile a creature within 30 feet that I can see, and I can hear my music, and it must make a charisma saving throw. On a failure, It becomes friendly, and I get, for 1 hour, and I get advantage on all persuasion and deception checks against it.
Okay.
And what happens at the end of that hour?
So this counts as a charm.
It doesn't
right?
specifically state that they are aware they were charmed.
Okay.
But it's a charm, right?
I would
Pretty much.
It doesn't. It says beguile,
Yeah.
so
Okay.
I kind of leave that in your hands.
Okay. All right. So you begin singing in. So about the Intrepid Devil, might I inquire as to its current state? If I may.
Well, I think we should probably leave that up to our skipper. We're just lowly crew. I wouldn't want to, presume above my station here.
Let's just say it's on the eastern side of the island.
And for,
Interesting.
Captain had good reasons for leaving her there, and if
you
you
were
want to
forced.
explain to you, then fantastic.
You were forced to leave it there and make your way inland on foot. Not an easy journey.
No, it was not.
You just got to watch out for the peacocks, and you're fine.
How did you manage to make your way through the jungle? If I might ask.
I would like to begin beguiling him.
Okay. He kind of gives you, as you're saying, he kind of gives you a very quick little look and goes, "The jungles are dangerous. How exactly did you make your way through?"
I mean,
I switch to a message spell for Dinar, which you go ahead and I'll.
Is that an internal whisper? You don't actually have to audibly...
I have to actually whisper to cast the spell, but it doesn't specifically say that I have to whisper my message to cast the spell.
Ah.
Or I guess it does. But
yeah,
the target and only the target hears the message.
Okay.
yeah.
So
So
I do whisper it, but the sound is captured in the spell and then thrown out.
Yeah.
if you give me the elbow or something, I can engage our dear friend here in conversation, make sure he's a little distracted while you're doing that. Hey, listen, Mac. It's not like we're nobodies, right? Like, we can defend ourselves. We know how to beat up
Of course.
some jungle beasts and whatever else was out there. There was
No. I didn't mean to imply that you were defenseless, but it can be hard to find one's way in a thick jungle without any trails.
well, when we got a straight shooter like Tayland here, come on, and the captain knew his way around the woods pretty good.
It's detect magic.
That makes sense. It's been a while since I've seen the Devils. I remember when she was first built. It was well, I don't mind saying that I was your dear captain's financer, as it were, for it's commissioned specifically for him.
I'm about to make my money back. Dinar, cast detect magic, but do it quietly.
Was
Oh, wait a minute. So you were the guy who bankrolled Captain having that ship the first time?
Yes, indeed. The ship was made specifically for him. I fronted the bill, as it were.
Oh, so you're the guy who I can complain to about the size of the friggin' Flick's nest then, huh? There's not a lot of elbow room even for a goblin up there, let me tell you.
I'm increasing my wager to 100 gold.
Well, I was not involved in the specifications of the ship, mind you. That is the shipwrights.
Oh.
I
Well,
merely
You know the guy I need to chew out then? That's
paid the money for it to be, but that is a slight point.
Yeah.
You just see, I have, as it stands, then I have a bit of an invested interest in the ship and its loss. It's a little bit close to home for me, as it were.
It was a good ship.
Was, yes. Thank you for
Well,
clarifying.
still
that it
is a good ship,
no
I suppose, but we're not well, I mean, it's not no more. It still is a good ship.
Dinar's going to interrupt him, and he's going to turn around and say to Tayland, Tayland, sometimes you are really unable to detect when to shut up.
Runic Techie kind of like just a little bit of a chuckle at that.
Okay, I'll shut up. I'm not the one to keep yapping when someone tells me to shut up. I was brought up right. One night, one of the priests at the temple told me to shut up, and I would darn near starve to death. I wouldn't even tell him I was hungry.
Your crew then, or are you associates, partners with Captain Boone?
Yeah, one of those.
Might I inquire? Forgive me for, I am going to be blunt now. I would like to know clearly your relationship with Connor Boone.
Can we?
His demeanor has shifted a little bit at this point. Yeah.
I mean, what's your relationship with him? Other than what you've all just said, like currently.
Well, I've already hinted at such that we are associates.
Currently.
I've financed him and
that's past tense. I'm looking for present tense.
Palin, I think he's the guy who's looking for the return on said investment.
Yeah.
Oh no, I understand that.
This is an interesting turn of events. I would like the three of you to follow me.
Sure
I'm
you
only
would.
going to ask you this.
I thought we were going to get some magic stuff.
That could still happen depending on how things proceed, but I'll lead. You follow. I'd like to have a conversation. A little bit more private and a little bit more to the point. I do not appreciate being lied to. I have been forthright with you.
I mean, who says we've been lying to you?
I mean, I ain't said nothing that ain't true.
You would do well to consider your friend's words and stop talking. My human friends. But there it is.
Oh.
I wish for a polite conversation. I would like to keep it that way. It's for how I prefer to do business.
Conversations are great.
Will you follow?
Well, here's the thing, Mac. Enjoy your apple. And Flick's going to just turn on his heel and walk the other way.
Dinar.
Well. You see, Flick there, he's not used to how, the politics of cities work. Listen, you and me, we can have some discussions here. Yes, I understand what you're laying down. All right, I see how this is going to go. What's? Oh, I know how these things go. I grew up in a city. Not this one. All cities are the same. They're all run by the same people, and all the same people are always in power. They always work the same way, and it always comes down to the same thing. So
he kind of turns and looks at you, Dinar. Is like, is he always this morbid? It's pessimistic.
Actually, this is pretty tame.
Fascinating.
Hopefully this is a distraction enough that Flick can dart down a nearby dark alley behind a barrel, something to get some cover and circle back around to...
Give me a stealth check.
I would love to.
He made no move to stop you as you left.
Yep.
No, he just needs one of us. I'm banking on the fact that he only actually needs one of us.
You're pretty confident, yeah, that you've slipped his notice for the time being.
So yeah, I'm gonna get back around to within striking distance and be able to still watch what's going on. And
guy's definitely not alone, by the way. All right, so we know what's going to be discussed. We already know that there's only one way this is going to happen anyway. We might as well make it easy. Because
my friend, you presume much, and you were quite wrong. I would put that out front. You don't know what is going to happen, what is going to be discussed, and there are more than one way this can go down.
Oh, there's definitely more than one way this can go down. But the end result is going to be the end result. And the end result can either be something that mutually is beneficial for all of us, or something that is very beneficial for you, and something that is very not beneficial for us. Am I clear? Am I in the ballpark here? Is this...
Tell you what. I will meet you back at the dusk this evening, where I know you stayed last night and hinted that you might be back there again. Perhaps you'll be more interested in having a on-the-level conversation.
Sounds great to me. And let me tell you something.
He
We
just
can't
turns
exactly leave this place.
and
So,
walk away.
Dinar's hand is going to come up and facepalm at that last remark from Tayland.
Dinar, listen. These guys run the city.
Uh-huh.
We are not antagonizing a place we cannot leave.
But to
I
announce-
am just... he already knew that. I'm making sure he's aware that we're aware that he's aware of the situation.
I see. So
This
so
is
in
how
your
this
current
kind of
state-
thing works.
In your current state, you think you're 3 levels deep into this thing.
No, I actually understand exactly how this is going down because I've seen it before many times. There is no win situation here. There is we get out of this with as best of a benefit as we can, and we all get thrown in prison.
Yeah, okay. I don't want that one.
At
You hear a
least
squeak from a back alley from the
At least until we have a ship. Without a ship, we have nothing. In fact, we have less than nothing because we actually owe a ship. So
Give me a perception check from the shadows, if you would, while this is all going down. I'm assuming you're watching.
Oh, yeah. Oh, not great.
Oof.
you're all over the place today.
I know.
Yeah. Distracted by the prison comment and the discussion happening,
I'm sure the rain's not helping.
Yeah.
You turn back to look where Runix is, and he's just gone. You don't see him around anywhere.
So tell me, was it that you couldn't detect anything or that you couldn't risk casting the spell?
I did not think that in a town like this, I was going to have to cast it like that. So
Gotcha.
if we could take a 10-minute pause, he doesn't watch what I'm doing, then sure, I could detect magic. But on the spot, no.
How is it that every time we actually need you to detect magic, you're unable to do it?
Look at Tayland. If you wanted to go through the laundry list of all the problems I've got, we would be here for 6 or 7 hours at least.
I don't think he was as he appeared. He seemed rather immune to my beguilement, which puts me at ends, because that puts me at an incredible disadvantage that I do not enjoy being at. So, the way I see this...
You definitely got the hint too that he was fully aware.
Oh, he was aware of it, absolutely. That's why why
Yeah.
Tayland immediately shut down. He's like, all right, this is how this is going. We're going to be as amicable as possible.
So wait, what are you suggesting here? That he was some kind of
I'm suggesting
illusion?
I'm suggesting that he is of one of the powers here. We don't exactly know how much power these ships have. All right, we know they're in charge. We know that they can get things done, but we don't know the specifics. And without that information, the best thing I can do is assume that they are running this place the way anybody would run this place, to line their pockets and to keep people in line. And of those two things, we have no way to recover from without a ship.
Okay, but to be fair,
We need to be friends with these people for now. Trust me, I hate them as much as you do right now. But I also understand how this works.
okay, but to be fair, and don't misunderstand this as not caring about our captain, but
I will, but go ahead.
we don't owe anybody anything. It's
No,
the
we
captain
don't.
that owes something.
You're correct. The
So-
problem is, we've been dragged into it now.
Well, yes, I understand that, but you're I feel like you're putting us right alongside Captain Boone on the Newsman's.
Well, I mean, let's put it this way. If we look at a number of respect for that guy, about 30 feet below my hand.
Well,
Respect for Captain Boone about here. So, if possible, I'd like to see the captain get out of this one. I really don't want these guys to win. But we cannot, in the middle of the market, have a row with these guys.
yeah, that's okay.
What are we going to do? Say no? We could. There's no saying no. These people get what they want either because they ask nicely or they ask forcefully. And I prefer to be on the nicely side. And remember, they run the city. They don't have to ask nicely. So the fact they did is something we should take advantage of.
So at this point, an apple core comes sailing out of the shadows and flicks through Sandra's house. Sorry, guys, I lost him. Listen, we need to lay low, hook up with the captain as agreed, and find out his side of this whole thing, because that dude was shady as hell, and I'm not cool with his story. I need to find out the captain's side too before we start making any decisions here.
Well, I think we probably know at least what he thinks, which is all that really matters. Whether Boone is in it or not, the fact of the matter is they want something, and they're not going to stop until they get it. And I have a hunch, if we try to walk out those gates, it's not going to go well for us. So, hey, it's either be a prisoner in a town with alcohol and food and drink and everything we could want, or beneath it in a little tiny dank cell. I chose the latter.
Yeah.
The former. I chose the former.
Can I just say, though, that it was Captain Boone's suggestion to come to this place. Why would he come back to a place where, granted, he didn't know we were about to have the circumstances that we had.
Oh, he might have had a hunch, but I feel like...
if he knew that coming back here could potentially be dangerous.
Where else are we going to go? We're on an island with no ship.
No, but I'm talking when we came from the Ivory Spire. This is where Captain Boone wanted to come. Why would he come to a place that is out to get him?
He was expecting to have a ship.
Yeah, the only reason they're out to get him is because...
he doesn't have a ship.
Because the devil's...
That's true.
If we hadn't been shipwrecked, we wouldn't be in this predicament.
All right, fair.
You know, for a guy who's very smart about lots of things, you really need to... There's a lot you need to learn about how the world works.
I have spent a lot of my time with the Navy. This whole shady merchant pirate business, I'm just not used to it yet, so give me some time. I'll get there.
Oh, don't get me wrong. If I had my way, that man would know exactly what it's like to be living in the gutters. But as it stands now, we're going to have to play the games that they play.
Yeah. He's already asked to be taken down a couple of pegs, eh, Talon?
Just a few. Just
a few.
About 6 feet of them.
So as you are,
maybe let's keep going to the tower and not be standing out here having this conversation.
You've kind of moved across the bridge at this point. You were kind of heading your way into the magic district, and looking up now, you can see the tower itself. Again, like you kind of seen it the night before coming in, and it's this mismatch, like each floor, like different color, different architecture, and it really, even in the rain, it's got like a luminescence to it. It just seems to almost kind of serve as a beacon. It's impossible to miss. But heading down towards the where sort of some of the more high-end shops, as it were, south of Ship Renly. There's more action, more people out and about on the streets now as the rain, it hasn't really let up, but it's kind of the sense like once people realize like, oh, the rain's not going to stop, so might as well get to business. So the city is kind of coming alive a little bit more as you get into the mid-morning hours.
Well, Zanara, this is your thing.
Yeah, all right. So,
you think the architect was hung or shot? Or drawn and quartered? Maybe keel-hauled?
Why do you think he's dead?
I mean, look at it.
Well, yeah, but you said yourself, this guy's probably a gnome.
Not a gnome city, is it?
No.
I think I can know.
Your brain works in ways I just can't fathom.
It's because you have much to learn.
That's what scares me.
It should.
Flick, without making a check, I'd say even you notice a couple of individuals just kind of spaced out, but keeping an eye on you. Nondescript, but just watching through you.
Oh yeah. Yeah, get used to that.
Yeah, we've got some friends. We've got a bit of a tail here. Are we close to the appointed hour of our meetup with the captain?
You're probably about 9:30ish at this point, so
A heck of a morning.
you're getting close. Yeah.
Would we have time to go down to the magic shop south of Renly's?
If you make a quick jaunt, but you might be pushing your.
Well, the streets aren't that packed, right? Because it's rainy,
they're
but
starting to get a little bit more busy, yeah. But it depends on how close you want to cut your
yeah.
10 a.m. meeting.
Probably don't want to cut it too close. We could save. We could save it for.
By the
afterward.
same token, I wouldn't mind shaking our followers before we have our rendezvous.
I don't know about that.
I mean, it'd be nice to try.
I mean,
I do-
but how do you gather that we're going to do that?
Well, I do have an idea.
Don't get me wrong.
It's a stupid idea.
I
but
could
it's an idea.
probably lose him on my own, and I'm sure Flick, you'd have that kind of capability. Dinar kind of sticks out a lot.
Okay.
Well, here's the thing. So, Dinar, you've made your wishes known that you want to find wizardy shit, right? So you're coming to the wizard tower. That makes sense. You come here, you stake in the place out. You're waiting for opening hours. That's totally fine.
That's true.
Tayland, you can be drunkenly wandering off, and me, I'm gonna duck into a back alley, and Captain Boone's gonna wander out, and I will lead them all on a merry chase, and then lose them. How's that sound?
So that being said, I am now remembering my background feature, which allows us to travel between two locations in a city twice as fast as speed would normally allow. Because we can cut through back alleys and parkour.
Ooh.
Basically.
So if that changes anything,
Is it urchin you have? Or?
yes,
Yeah. Okay.
street urchin.
Yeah.
So if it makes more sense for me to be the one to take Captain Boone, that might also work.
Not taking Captain Boone. So one of the little tricks I learned out of my big ass book there.
I mean, it's a normal sized book, but go on.
Hey man, when you're 4 feet tall, every book's pretty big. It's a little gizmo called a disguise self. I'm going to look like Captain Boone and lead them away from us.
You think that'll work?
These mooks for sure. They don't know nothing.
What happens if they should catch you, Flick?
Well, I will get away. They're not gonna catch me. Not these. Come on, look at these chumps. They're not gonna catch me.
I mean,
Craig's looking down at their stat block right now. It's like, I don't know.
Listen,
acrobatics plus 10. What is it?
if I feel like they're getting close, I find an alley, I drop the disguise, and suddenly Flick's back, and they lost Captain Boone somehow.
Oh yeah, that's not suspicious. He rounded that corner. Who's there? Only one goblin.
Hey man,
Who was seen with the other guys.
I'm gonna lead him back into the market, run him around the market a few times, and then
This is what you want to do. You go right ahead.
this is what I'm gonna do. You guys hang tight, and hopefully I will draw off enough of them that you'll be able to secret the captain away when he arrives for the meet.
So in this plan, am I the one that's stowing the captain away?
Yes.
You don't happen to know any spells that make people not visible, do you?
No. I can make him smaller, but I can't.
I guess
make
that
him
works.
invisible.
That kind of works too.
Mm-hmm.
No, this is my very hairy child. Leave me and my son alone.
With a full beard. Yeah. Canon, right? Dwarven children are just born with beards.
All right. So, with disguise self, I can appear 1 foot taller than my current 3'8". So
I mean, that should be good enough for a dwarf height.
That would cover dwarf height. Yeah.
a dwarf from a distance, I figure that'll be.
Yeah.
Perspective will throw them off a little bit.
Wear some platform shoes.
Yeah. All right. So yes, I'm going to again sort of.
Okay.
3 of us sort of the plan. So the plan, the 3 of us are going to split up. Well, Dinar stays at the tower. Talon wanders off to find a drink, and I'm going to screw off somewhere. And then Captain Boone's going to arrive. Me as Captain Boone's going to arrive, say hi to Dinar. I'll mark the guys following us and take off, and hopefully get them all to follow me.
Okay.
Plan?
So you're going to be Boone heading to the tower?
I will be Boone. I will head to the tower as Boone and then draw the guys off. That is the plan.
Okay. All right. So you're heading into an alley.
What could possibly go wrong?
Shenanigans. Come on, man.
So we'll have Flick. Yeah, so I'll get you to do a stealth check to do that. Dinar, you're just going to head and openly.
Yeah.
The stealth check, not as good
Okay.
by far, because I'm, again, rolling single digits now.
Each. Okay. Talon, what's your plan here?
Screaming sea shanties at the top of my lungs, slightly out of key, and looking for the nearest bar.
So nothing unusual. Got it.
It's the perfect cover.
It's standard Talon. Okay.
Well, normally I'm not off key. Let me just
That's
clarify.
That is an important
I,
thing.
as Devin, might be off key. But Talon is definitely not.
All right, so I'm going to cast Disguise Self on myself. This lasts for an hour.
Okay.
It does not require concentration. I just do it. And...
Okay.
Now the... Blah, blah, blah. I'll look like Captain Boone.
So as you're doing that, Dinar, you are approaching Jordan's tower.
Yeah.
Okay. So as you near the tower, there's a nice set of steps that lead up to the landing, and you can see a number of like very, very elaborate statues, well-crafted statues, kind of on this landing. And as you climb the steps, you can see the statues. They all kind of like the heads turn, watch you. That one kind of turns, watches you, and you get kind of like an arcane tingle kind of through your skills and stuff as you approach. And I'm like, yeah, super proper wizard tower. Well, it makes sense.
Goosebumps, getting a little excited.
Yeah.
Can we just clarify, these guys who are tailing us, are they like where are they in relation to the tower? Are they like on the outside?
So
looking
you
in?
guys had just kind of crossed over, like one was kind of like behind the bridge, on the other side of the bridge, and the other one was like kind of like just like, off the side here. Like they weren't together.
Oh, they're a good distance away. Okay.
Yeah, they're just kind of off, and they're just kind of like, sort of like how Runix was originally, just about 100 paces or so away, and just kind of.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Just casually.
What would that be in feet?
I don't know. They're probably about
Like
200 feet away or so. Like,
Okay.
Yeah, they're.
So yes, me biffing the stealth check hopefully wasn't as bad as it looked.
So you kind of like, you just got to run off and to the south a little bit and find an alley.
All right, so Captain Boone comes walking in.
Okay.
Walking up to the tower and sees Dinar. Aye, laddie, how ya doing? It's me, Captain Boone. I'm here to see ya. Are we ready for our meeting now?
Flick, as you climb the steps, so as you approach, you climb the steps, you look, and you do see them kind of watching you, kind of a little bit of a curious look. As you climb the steps, and as soon as you get to the landing, the statues kind of turn their eye on you. You feel a little bit of a tingle, and just illusion vanishes.
Yeah.
Gone.
Son of a...
And you reflect.
I wasn't thinking that it was gonna knock out the spell. I thought that maybe it was like a true sight or something.
Well, it obviously is.
Well, but to actually dispel
You know what would have been really useful right there?
what?
Detect magic.
Yeah, but then those things would have been sitting there watching me cast my ritual spell.
Maybe if
10
it wasn't a
minutes.
ritual.
Well, if I had thought about that, I thought we
You
were
can give me an
shopping.
Arcana check if you want, but
Oh,
I'll
man.
do an Arcana check.
either
sure.
either or both to kind of get a sense of what's going on.
Oh, thankfully this is a +7. So that's a 7 + 7, so 14.
14. Okay, not bad.
Now I roll well.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think combined between the two of you, you can say you can compare notes if you want. You detect there's kind of multiple layers of some abjuration, divination magic. It seems like there's a number of enchantments in place here to protect from anybody kind of sneaking up on the tower or, trying to be invisible, that kind of thing. It's very much allowing the Joran to know exactly who is coming, kind of thing.
You're saying there's wards against little goblins stealing spellbooks?
Yeah, pretty much.
What?
Yeah,
Spells
multiple wards in place. You just get the sense, without doing a full detect magic to like figure out the exact nature of schools and spells. It's like you just know they're like, oh, there's lots of magic.
All right,
going
so
on
I just got to test one thing. Now that our cover is blown, I know I'm going to back up a little bit and see if it comes back or whether it's just gone.
Oh, if it's like a dampening field or if it's like
Yeah.
a full-on. Oh, okay.
So you can kind of step back like on the stairs.
Yeah.
Is he out of sight right now?
Currently up on the platform, there is a little bit of cover, like the trees and the stairs. There is actually a wall.
Yeah. If I can sort of
that's kind
sneak around and see whether it comes, like whether it's a anti-magic field or whether it is a dispel magic that happened to me. That's kind of what I'm...
Sure. So yeah, you can move around a little bit, try to find a spot, maybe go to the stairs, but you remain like.
All right. You know what? I read a little bit further in the back, and I think I've seen this one before. So, crap. It was a brilliant idea, but foiled by this even more brilliant wizard, apparently.
We do have a tendency to be quite brilliant, yes.
So Talon, where are you at right now?
I am keeping an eye on as many of the guys as I can from like kind of just, hey, what's going on? I'm trying to be inconspicuous about it, but I mean, they're not going to be hard to spot, so I don't think I need to try too hard. And even if they look at me, they're probably glancing and then keeping their eyes more so focused on the other two. At least that's what I'm banking on. You probably got one guy watching me.
Give me a perception check if you want.
Sure. 17.
One of them is definitely keeping an eye on you.
Yeah. I'm basically just. I'm gonna say I can say two. I'm also looking around at nooks and crannies, alleys, areas that would be good to maneuver through should the need arise to make a hasty retreat.
Okay. With that in mind, you see a few more sets of eyes.
Yeah,
Watching you from
ones that
various
are not as obvious.
locations. Yeah.
Yeah. But I was just a little lad.
Your presence is definitely
away,
well noticed here. Yeah.
Haul away, Joe. And if I didn't kiss the girls, my lips would grow a moldy away, haul away. He's joined
You guys
me.
can hear him,
Haul
like,
away, Joe.
Down like the square down blocks away.
Which is intentional.
So seeing that Flick going down the stairs is not regaining his disguise, Dinar's going to take a couple steps down the stairs himself to try to get outside of the, like, thinking roughly where Flick's disguise was stripped of him, going just past that point, pull out some copper wire and kind of, while scratching my big toothy maw, trying to hide the fact that I'm casting the message spell, and kind of pointing it towards Tayland. Hopefully he's within range. Listen. Flick's disguise is screwed. There seems to be some kind of magic protection around this place. I think we should just go in.
The one I should make distraction.
Yeah, sure. If you want to make a distraction, Flick and I can go in. That would be all right with me.
Go redial.
Is that a hesitation, or did you have to recast the spell?
He's insert cord.
We're gonna go inside now. I hope you survive.
Me too, buddy.
So listen, when the captain arrives, what the hell's going to happen? He's going to get jumped. Do we know which side this wizard is on? Is Jorand part of the finance club, or is he independent of all this crap? We don't know.
You have no idea.
Yeah, all we know is that Boone knows him. My hope, honestly, is that Boone is already inside, and that perhaps these things that dispelled your disguise is what's protecting him.
Well, from your lips to God's ears, let's go in and see if.
Okay. You approach the tower, and there is a door, but you don't see any handle, no knocking mechanism. There's no window. There doesn't seem to really be any way to open or even kind of knock or anything like that. But as you get within probably about 4 or 5 feet or so, the door itself kind of illuminates a little bit. There's like a soft bluish glow that just kind of illuminates around it, around the arch. And you hear a very pleasant feminine voice that just says, "Welcome, visitors. May I help you?"
Yeah, hi. We're friends, Captain Connor Boone. Supposed to be meeting him here to talk to Jorand. Did he beat us here already?
Connor Boone. I do know Connor Boone. I have not seen Connor Boone in precisely 7 months and 13 days. Do you have business with the master?
Absolutely.
Is he expecting you?
Absolutely not.
May I inquire as to the nature of your visit, then? He will wish to know before you are permitted inside. Jordan is not in the business of taking visitors unexpected.
Understandably. Listen, so, Captain Boone said that the master here could help us understand the intentions of the Ivory Spire. In particular, we have additional information about what they're up to. If that is of interest to your master, then let him know that we're here and willing to talk.
I will inquire. One moment.
Does Muzak start playing when she leaves?
No.
Girl from Ipanema, gotta have
It's about like a 2-second pause, and it's just like, the master would like more specific information as to the nature of the information you have regarding the Ivory Spire.
We have a list of materials they have acquired, and we want to know what the hell they're doing with them.
Could you not ask them yourself?
Have you ever dealt with the Ivory Spire? They're not exactly forthcoming.
I have not dealt with anyone outside of this tower.
Right.
Yeah. So listen, Tower Lady, we've got an inventory, and we need Jorah to tell us what the hell they're making with this.
You may call me Ardell.
Sure will.
I will inquire of the master again.
Thank you kindly.
Flick, why isn't Boone here?
Well, I think we've seen about 15 reasons out in the street.
Yeah, but
His head's on a swivel. He knows if he's been marked, he's probably taken his time to get here safely, if this is a safe place for him. He might not want to drag Joran down with him. I don't know.
Forgive me, but I have overheard your conversation regarding the safety of Connor Boone. This concerns the master as well.
hey,
Yeah. We've got
Okay.
just-
He has allowed you to enter and will be with you shortly. Once the door opens, please head through the entry chamber into the main hall. You will find seating and refreshments.
Tell Talon there's booze inside. Let's go.
And the door just kind of like splits where there was no split, and just
Mhm.
and inside you see like the mansion of all mansions. Like there are marble pillars on this entry hallway. It's only about like 10 feet or so, but just very, very elaborate, and it just opens up into this large, well-lit chamber. Alabaster floors. There's golden sconces on the walls with like different colored lights, and it's just this immaculate, like palace-like chamber within.
before entering, Dinar will pull out his copper wire again and send a message to Tayland.
Who is
so-
at this
your,
point,
your spell fizzles immediately.
Tayland at this point has gotten a nice box set up that he's going to be standing up on. He's got his squeeze box ready to go. He's already picked out a few gnomes in the audience who are about to become target practice for some of his illusions.
Oh boy.
And he's getting a mirror image ready to go, as well as unearthly chorus.
All right, Flick, we're on our own. I can't reach him.
Well,
You could if you stepped outside the tower for about 5 minutes.
yeah, I was going to say, you could scamper down the stairs and wave him in.
Yeah, all right. I guess.
I'll put a foot in the door.
Okay.
I promise.
Dinar will go back to the stairs and where he was able to send it before.
Okay.
3 men and a gnome went out to sea to slay the mighty whale. But they
Tayland,
never
I got
came
2
home
words
to
for
kiss
ya.
their wives, or the ship went. Oh, okay.
Booze inside.
No more distraction. I just got set up. The gnomes are already giving me dirty looks.
Send message again. I mean, if you want dirty, if you want to stay outside for this, that's fine.
No,
but
no,
we're
I'm
letting
coming.
us-
It's fine. I'm coming.
Neither of you see any sign of the captain anywhere around at this point.
Probably for the best. He's either laying low or he's already been nabbed.
Which is concerning. I mean,
Well, if he's laying low, that's good news. If he's already been nabbed, that's good news for us. Because that means they're not looking for us anymore. Because they got him.
Well, they were looking for us because we were supposed to know where he was, I think,
Well,
was the point,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
but what if that means that what Rubik's? What
Runic.
Runic.
Rubik's.
Runix is looking for him.
Yeah.
Oh,
If-
he's
if-
Rubik's now.
If Boone's been captured by somebody else, and Runix is coming to us looking for him, is he just gonna get chopped and quartered between the 6 ships in there?
Potentially. Let's
So can I just be the first to say I really don't like the way this place feels?
I love it. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
We're talking
I don't
about the
like-
tower, right?
Yeah, I don't like when I talk and it's normal talking. Also, my hair does not do well when it doesn't have magical, properness. And it's everywhere. It's frizzy, it's natted, it's knotted everywhere.
Meanwhile, Flake has the book out, and he's now like paging through madly, trying to find something that corresponds to what we're seeing in here. Whether this is Magnificent Mansion or whatever, but he's doing research. He's
Okay.
working.
You can give me an Arcana, or just a straight intelligence as you're kind of looking at all.
Oh, look, they're the same.
It's beyond your
Yeah,
kin.
no.
You're like, interestingly enough, as well, Talon, you are 100% sober at the moment.
I hate this place.
You feel, but it's without the hangover, without the headache, you feel normal. You're sober. There's no effects. Like it's strange.
Well, at least the voices won't get to me here.
There's definitely something in here that kind of seems to negate any sort of negative effects, magical effects. Everything is just gone.
Sir William Redtail would also like to issue his displeasure. If he could, but he can't.
He can't, because he can't exist anymore.
Because
apparently.
He is very displeased with this place.
This place is fascinating.
That's
the seating is like, there's like nice plush cushions and places to sit, and just seemingly there's like these golden trays with all manner of fruits and vegetables and breads and pastries and different kinds of meats. There's a charcuterie board over here with cheeses. There's bottles of wine, flavored drink. There's like, it's just everything. It's a very comfortable area to just kind of sit. You noticeably don't see any stairs. There are no doors other than the one that you entered in. There doesn't seem to be anywhere else to go from this chamber, and yet there is an entire tower above you. But there doesn't seem to be any physical means of movement. One thing you do notice is that sort of on the wall directly across from the entry, there is a very, very large mirror, probably about a good 6 feet in height, 3 feet wide, with a golden gilded frame. And right now it kind of adds light to the chamber as it reflects light and gives a reflection, but it's huge, massive mirror. The cost of which you can't even imagine what it would cost to create a perfect mirror of this magnitude.
I already don't like this fellow.
What are you talking about? It's like a 1970s hotel lobby. This is fantastic. I'm picturing like circular sectional couches with like
Sure.
Yeah.
Like the King Edward in Toronto.
Yeah.
Whatever you want it to be. After a few moments, you hear that the voice, the female voice, Ardell, just kind of from around. The master will be with you in about 5 minutes or so. He's just finishing up. Please enjoy yourself.
Fantastic.
You are safe here.
Not a fan of a guy who decides that he should be the only one allowed to do fancy tricks.
It is for protection.
Oh, I understand. I get it. Doesn't mean I have to like it.
The master has many powerful enemies who would like to do him harm. He wishes to prevent that from happening. You are free from harm while you are within the confines of the tower, I assure you.
Well, at least gunpowder still works.
I would not advise that.
Oh, yeah.
Talon, put it away. We're not shooting this guy.
Literally and figuratively. Put it away.
Dinar's gonna go over and check out the mirror, seeing something so gigantic and expensive looking.
What are you looking for specifically? Anything?
Well, first of all, I am suspicious that there's more than meets the eye to this mirror. So first off, does it reflect us in the room?
It does.
Okay.
So as you walk up and you see yourself, we
can confirm none of us are secretly vampires.
Flick is now sitting at one of the coffee tables and now eating grapes or something. So,
Dinar, he's gonna kind of get a hand up on the side of the mirror, kind of feel the golden trim, and make sure that it's in fact there.
That is in fact there. You can feel that.
All right, and then he's just gonna take one of his claws, like index finger, and just near one of the corners as he's kind of feeling around the frame, just give it a little tap on the mirror.
What are you looking for?
What am I looking for?
Like you're tapping it.
I'm not entirely certain that it's actually there.
Okay.
That it's not that the mirror itself is not a doorway. I'm curious if this is perhaps an illusion or
Okay.
some kind of like a portal.
So it's not that the mirror isn't there, but that it's like it's covering something.
Give me an investigation.
Like there's something there, but it's not a mirror. That's what
Okay.
you're going for, I think, right?
or that the mirror is like a portal, or like we could step through it or something. I don't know. Maybe I've seen too many movies. What is this? Perception?
Investigation.
Investigation. That's the same. Oh no, that's actually better. Although I rolled a 4, so 8.
I mean, it seems like it is physical. You've got your hands on it. It is there. The reflective surface, the glass is there. The frame, it is physically present as far as you can tell. It's a very large mirror.
Thenar's just gonna look over his shoulder. This guy's got money.
I like him already.
Yeah, I don't know what this is all about, but this is quite a piece.
Powerful magic allows you to conjure virtually anything into existence. Cost becomes less of an issue.
So, he has created this with magic, is what you're saying.
Astute observation.
This entire tower has been created by the Master's magic, as have I.
Isn't Ardell, right?
Yes,
Is any of this physically here, or is this a very grand illusion?
it is all physically here.
Interesting.
Everything you see around you currently exists in reality.
And we're still on the plane that we came from in the harbor?
You are on the material plane, in the city of Porto D'Areias, on the Isle of Sands, in Joran's Tower.
Interesting.
Hey, Ardell.
How may I help you?
How far can you perceive outside of the tower?
I don't know.
Let me put this another way. Do you know how many of the mooks are still out there watching us? And or have you caught eyes on Captain Boone arriving?
Captain Boone has not arrived. I do not sense him in the vicinity. As for your previous question, I'm not sure I understand entirely.
There's some shady characters that was following us here, and I'm wondering if they're still out there.
Could you describe them?
Sure. And I will describe a couple of the shady characters that were looking shady in the alleys and lurking nearby. Give some approximate positions.
I do not sense anyone of that description within the immediate vicinity of the tower. If I were to look further, that would require the Master's... Permission is not the right word.
Intervention?
Instruction. I have not been instructed to look beyond the confines of the immediate exterior of the tower. Thus, I do not.
All right. I guess I'll wait for the big man to arrive then.
He's actually not that tall.
Speaking figuratively there, lady.
Great.
Yes. Figurative language.
Ardell, just to avoid some possible confrontation from the
Yes?
frizzy-haired fellow on the couch over there, would Joran happen to be a gnome?
No, Jorand is a human.
Oh, okay. That's okay. Good to know. That will spare us some, laughter later. Good.
Well, I mean, he could be really short.
He could be.
That could be quite hysterical.
It is not that he is short. Master Jorand is quite old, and his body has declined in size over the years, as it does with age.
Yeah, man, I heard he's like He's over 40, man. He's ancient.
The master is actually closer to 400 than 40.
That's still over 40.
Yeah.
You are correct.
Flick cannot process.
400. DM, in this world,
Mhm.
do humans live that long?
No. Not naturally.
A wizard.
Naturally.
A wizard did it.
He is a wizard, so.
He is a wizard.
Yeah.
Dinar has just gained hope for the future.
Hey, you know what high level druids can do too, right?
No, what?
Immortality.
Anything? Everything? At this point, Ardell, the tenor in her voice kind of changes. The master is ready to meet with you. If you wouldn't mind having a seat, please, and directing your attention to the mirror on the back wall.
See, I knew it wasn't just a mirror.
Well, it is a
calm
mirror,
down.
but also more. And as she says that, the image of the mirror kind of does a little bit of a shift. And within the mirror, you see what appears to be a study. There are shelves of books all around, and a large wooden desk. And sitting at the desk is a very, very old-looking man. His skin is kind of jaundiced, no hair to speak of. He's got a little bit of whiskers here and there. His eyes, you can actually see like there's visible cataracts in his eyes, and his skin is very leathery. He's got the kind of age spots everywhere, and he leans as he looks towards the mirror. So, you're friends of Carboon's, are you? I'm Jordan. Did you enjoy the refreshments?
Well, it tastes nice.
Well, good.
Great.
I particularly like the strawberry one myself. My own recipe. You had information about, or questions about the Ivory Spire. Yes?
Yeah.
Hey, Dinar, do your wizard talk thing.
Yeah. Go through the laundry list of all the.
Fellow wizards. Pleasure to meet you.
Hey, no problem, man.
Yeah, he's also looking to potentially buy some stuff from you. So
Well, this is not a shopping trip. We're not here to shop.
Good,
if you have any, if you have
not selling.
if you have any scrolls of detect magic, I'll pay for them.
Well, if that's what you're here for, don't waste my time, please. There are many shops that you can buy things at. That's not.
Look, we're not here to discuss a transaction. We're here to discuss the reason why Captain Boone, the Intrepid Devil, and ourselves landed on this island. We came here seeking advice, seeking some guidance, and we have some information about what the Ivory Spire has been trading in.
Interesting.
We know that the Ivory Spire is kind of shady at best.
What makes you think that?
Well, they just seem to hide a lot of the work that they're doing. They're ordering gigantic amounts of goods and materials, but they don't seem to be disclosing with their local townsfolk about what exactly they're doing.
Might I ask you, Dinar Norixius, do you openly advertise everything that you do to everyone?
He kind of does, actually.
Well, you probably shouldn't. I certainly don't.
Everything. But I'm just saying, if you build,
I can hear you guys talking from the
ivory
steps,
tower.
Are you a shady character then?
Me?
If you keep certain things to yourself and don't share everything. Yeah.
Doesn't everybody?
That is precisely my point. Does that mean that everybody is shady?
Absolutely.
I don't think I'm shady, but okay.
You're too bright to be shady.
That's true.
Well, yeah, partner, very good. I do enjoy humor. Tail and Wave Song. I believe it. Oh, I broke him.
I don't know why that's so funny. Yes, I enjoy humor. Yes.
Noting and observing it, not actually laughing at it.
Tail and Wave Song. Wave Singer, I believe, is this correct, and Flick Dogs. I said that was an interesting name, but it is a goblin name, nonetheless.
Absolutely.
Interesting. Where is the fourth member of your entourage, the large total individual?
He's indisposed.
He's running an errand. He's not exactly the talking type.
Yes.
He'd also be dripping all over your nice floor.
Oh, I could take care of that quite easily.
If he could sober you up, Tayland, I'm pretty sure he could take care of a little water.
I don't know. You'd be surprised how difficult it can be to get certain smells and stains out.
All right. Well, to business. The business of the Ivory Spire sign, whether they're shady or not. What cause do you have to believe that they are hiding something?
Well, it's more the matter of, secret shipments, secret rough shipments of large volumes of iron, was it?
Yeah.
Iron.
And then
iron isn't
Now,
exactly uncommon.
large volumes, I think, understates just how much there was. An
Like we're talking
exceedingly
ton.
vast amount.
And they paid us a lot of coin to take it right through the middle of the Sea of Souls.
Oh, no, that is interesting. I would advise
that.
against sailing the Sea of Souls unless you absolutely have to.
and then chase that with a secret rescue mission to pick up some, drumroll please, dragon scales.
And not the kind like on me. Real dragons.
Full-size, big-ass ones, yeah.
I'm sorry. Dragon scales.
And that'd be why we're here, bucko.
How many?
Whole chest full of them.
Yeah.
I do believe you've caught my attention, my friends.
Oh, wait till you hear what was guarding it and the whole story. So anyway, there was this giant tentacle monster, right? This huge gaping maw. And there were like 30 tentacles coming out. We literally had to climb them up by stabbing daggers and cut them down inch by inch until we just took them all out.
I have heard of such
Dinar
creature.
here was throwing acid into the thing's mouth, but it kept spitting it back. And so Flick had to dive in and cut it from the inside and then swim back out again.
I'm sure your tales are much more effective when you are less sober.
Yeah, I'm no good.
But I do
No
know the
good right
creature of which you speak. I've encountered one before.
Oh, good. If you have a name, is there a good rhyme for it?
It has many names, but
Oh, even better.
back to the dragon scales. Do you happen to know what color they were?
Oh.
I'm
Are
going
they
to say, since I looked at it through dark vision, no. I could give you which shade of gray they were.
It's not helpful. So you don't know if they were chromatic or metallic scales. for
Does that
instance.
matter?
Shoot, did we know that?
It might, depending on what they plan on using.
The reason
them
we know
for.
there are dragon scales is because I sent my rat familiar in
Yeah.
and looked through its eyes, which would be through dark vision.
Hmm,
So,
very clever usage then.
thank you.
Yeah, we found out what we did by snooping a bit. Didn't tip them off, as far as we know.
Well, the chest was magically sealed. We didn't want to mess with it. Well, I wanted to mess with it.
We didn't want to
They
mess with it
didn't
anymore
wanna
than we
mess
already
with it.
had.
That's
Interesting.
the one.
Just out of curiosity, how much would you have paid us if we had brought the chest to you?
How it depends on the man. I'm not sure how to answer that. Ardell? Yes, master. Would you let these fine gentlemen up to the study? Please, I think this requires an in-person conversation. Of course. And the mirror just kind of disappears for a second. And
I
then
knew
off
it.
off to the other side,
part of the wall just kind of slides open.
Yeah,
And
like the
there's
front.
there's not stairs, but you just see a kind of a circle on the floor that just lights up. It's a little like alcove, maybe about like a couple feet.
Dinar's excited. His eyes
Huh.
kind of, ooh, that's fun. And he'll walk right on it.
Okay. You walk onto it and just kind of like a bit of a flash, and you're standing looking at the study where Jordan is sitting, and just kind of points over to a space by the desk, and then he's like, "Oh, sorry, one moment." And like chairs kind of pop up out of the floor. Please have a seat if you would.
Well, I'll definitely go through too.
Okay.
I'll grab the seat closest to Jordan.
Well, guess this is where we're going.
Yep.
Yeah, the other two have already stepped in, and Taylor just kind of standing there like,
I'm too sober for this.
I assure you, will not harm you at all. It is instantaneous.
Oh, good. That's so reassuring. What the hell?
Okay.
I'll step on.
And again, you just gotta teleport it through. I mean, you understand the basic mechanics of teleportation.
I understand,
Yeah.
but saying, "Oh, it won't hurt. It's instantaneous." I mean,
yeah.
So disintegrate.
I'm not
Yeah,
super.
exactly.
I still don't super trust big wizards and big houses.
All right.
I
So
barely
as you
trust
all
the
enter,
small wizard in no house.
that's true. As you all enter the study and take a break, or thanks for putting that in there. Yeah, I was going to say, as you take a seat with the wizard, then that is where we will take a break, and we will be back in about 5. So stay tuned, and we will see you again shortly. Be right back. Hi.
Maybe I got a spit take out of me if you keep doing that.
I thought we'd get to come back to see when we started this.
Yeah.
How you doing? All right. Welcome. I'm gonna do some ASMR.
No.
Welcome back. All right. So you take a seat in Joran's study. Bookshelves all around. Stacks of paper everywhere. Now that you're in the study, you kind of get a chance to look around. There are books that seem to be sorting themselves, flying about from a pile and going into a shelf over here. Just kind of goes up in that spot.
Would have been handy as a page.
You see quills like writing on paper off in one corner. There's a number of things going on off in one corner. There's like looks to be like alchemy apparatuses. There's just like every time you look somewhere, there's like something else that catch your eye. There's a lot going on. And Jordan himself, this diminutive old man, sitting up on what appears to be several cushions, as he kind of leans over his desk and leans a little bit closer.
So we dragon scales.
Aye, sir.
You see, dragon scales have always been rare, and valuable. Ever more so since all the dragons either died or disappeared, and as such, there are no new sources. If you catch my meaning, people made a fortune finding old dragon corpses and getting the bones and all the different parts and the scales. Dragons being beings of almost pure magic, as it were, very magic running through them as blood runs through my veins and yours. It is quite alarming that such a large collection would all be together. First of all, it would cause me to wonder where they got them from.
Probably a dragon.
Well, there aren't any anymore.
I mean, ultimately, yeah, but there's got to be some.
I mean, if they're dragon scales, they had to have come from a dragon.
Well, yes, originally, but
are all wizards like this?
Tayland.
It's all right.
He's asking about the middleman.
His wagging tongue will do no harm in here, I assure you. It's fine. My concern is that many scales together presently. Being as rare as they are, it's hard to find one or two. You say there is a chest full of them. Yes.
Yeah, Dinar, based on the dimensions of the chest, what would you guesstimate? I don't know math. I mean, I know it exists.
I mean, dragons come in different sizes, so like, would Dinar have a guess?
I mean, the scales are about this big.
Give me straight intelligence.
All right, I'm good at that. I'm smart. Not today,
SMRT.
That's a 3 plus my intelligence modifier is 4, so 7.
7 could be 3 or 12, 27. I mean, pick a number. A lot.
Okay, yeah, it would depend on the size of the dragon.
Depend on the size of the dragon, Tayland. So, like, I don't know. I didn't see it. You saw it.
Somewhere between 3 to 27. That's what I would say.
Even 3 is that's a small fortune. More than a small fortune. That's
I told you.
Potentially a large fortune, right? As to your
We
question,
could've
then,
just
if you had
sold
brought
that.
them here, would I have bought them? The answer is no.
No, but somebody would. We got shortchanged on that job.
You would not find anybody around here that could afford the price. At least not without calling in many favors. But
If you can't afford it, I doubt there's many people who can.
I didn't say I couldn't afford it. I said I wouldn't buy them from you. There's a
Not even
difference.
once?
I have my own. I don't need to buy any from you.
Ooh.
But that's besides the point. What they would need with so many dragon scales is curious. Yes.
So a ton of dragon scales, a literal ton of iron, and what else did we get on their laundry list, or was that?
That was the main stuff.
I think that was it. Yeah, we shipped the iron. We went down to deal with the tentacle thing, and then we came back up and saw the chest.
Interesting.
Because of course the first thought in my head, obviously, as everyone else is thinking, giant robot dragon, right? So this is a problem that we got to stop before they deploy that thing.
What's a robot?
Well, see,
Goblin for.
Oh, do you mean automaton?
yeah, mechanical gizmo.
I'm just going to go out on a limb and say that's probably not what they want the scales.
I don't know that.
I mean,
that'd
we
be more
don't.
something that would come out of the Artificers Guild of Stormhaven, the dwarves and the gnomes working together. That's something else.
Fair.
Yes, when you bring wizards into it, perhaps more along the lines of some sort of massive ritual. Dragon parts, all parts of them, bone, teeth, they're very potent when it comes to magical components because of the very nature of dragons themselves, and scales have the most potent power. They're very hard to process, but if you manage to, you can get quite a lot of punch out of them, as it were.
Would Tayland know what a golem is?
I'd say probably. Actually, they're in the city of Galadrin. There actually would be a few active in the palace ward. So
Okay.
you likely would have seen them. Yeah.
What are they making? Iron golems with dragon scale hide?
I don't believe so. I mean, iron, I'm not all that concerned about. I mean, iron is used for.
Yeah, but they needed it quick. That's the thing that we were a little about.
Probably building some sort of apparatus, then contraption like. See, iron tends to withstand powerful magic if treated properly, and you can build very interesting devices with iron. Yes, the dragon scales. I just had a troubling thought. I certainly hope they don't plan on trying to bring back a dragon. That would be terrible.
So
Which is why
a dragon.
Well, yes. Have you ever heard of resurrection magic?
Yes.
Normally, rather difficult for such a being as a dragon, but if you had enough powerful ritual casters and the right components, it's not out of the question.
What a waste of magic.
Hey. No,
Think of how many people you could bring back with that much power.
So the question then about the color of the scales, if they are all the same color or different color, chromatic or metallic, this is why it matters.
Are they bringing back one, or are they bringing back a squad? Yeah, that's.
I mean, I could probably tell whether they were white or black or not, I'd imagine. Because if they were black, they'd be like really dark. If they were white, they'd be really light. But then again, I guess, well, silver. Yeah, never mind.
Yeah, it's hard to really tell that
in
much
the dark,
color. In
black
dark
and
vision,
white. Yeah,
yeah, you see edges. It's not. Yeah, and yeah.
I'm also seeing it through a rat's eye.
Exactly,
Which I'm sure
yeah.
isn't super great either.
Rat's like dark or darker. Also dark.
I guess the question is bringing back live dragons or weirdo zombie dragons. Either one's not great.
I can't see that happening. The
I mean,
Ivory
not on
Spire, they
purpose.
hold. Well, no. They hold to the Arcanum Accords. They would not practice necromancy.
Sure, they do.
They
Isn't
do.
bringing back the dead already practicing necromancy? Like, I know I'm just a novice at this crap, but
It's a
That is a blurry line, indeed.
Uh-huh.
But bringing back the undead, they would not. I
Yeah,
can assure you.
It
We're
feels
not
like they're
talking about-
already smudging that line, so why not blur it a bit more?
But we're not talking about bringing back your average person. We're talking about bringing back a dragon.
Yes, but dragons were sentient creatures.
I
Don't
could
be
see there
biased,
being
but,
a lot of money.
They were
I'd want to do that.
persons, if you would like. They had intelligence, sentience, personality, presence, souls. They very much, like any other sentient, you or I, or the axolotls, or lizard folk, we're all sentient. So are dragons.
Yeah, even you, Talon.
Aha!
Yeah, more humor. Excellent. Wonderful. Good. You see, the dragons were not all bad. You understand? Which, I mean, much of the information has been lost, but the chromatics, of course, were evil, terrible things. But the metallic dragons were, I mean, not all of them were entirely benevolent, but they were
Yeah,
good.
not all of them.
Good for the most part. Yes.
Hashtag not all dragons. Is that
I'm pretty sure that even if it was a benevolent dragon, being the last of its kind would put it in a foul mood.
You really do need to curb your pessimism there, my young friends.
Well, how
It
big a
will serve
cage
you
do
well,
feel?
seeing everything.
Hey, you know-
negativity.
Maybe you drop some of this voodoo stuff you got going on. You'll become a very happy person.
Hmm. I'm just wondering how big a cage you could build with that much iron.
Well, you wouldn't think that.
That is an interesting point. I believe this does call for some further inspection and conversation.
You're one of them powerful wizards. Can't you just be like gaze into some kind of crystal ball?
I have my methods of scrying, of course.
That's a
arc-
beautiful segue, by the way, there, Talon.
arcane
speaking of-
seeing and the like. But sorry,
What's a segue?
Transition to another conversation point.
yes, it's you learn
Really
your
verbose for a goblin.
learn your language better, would you please? Thank you. We can converse.
Hey, man, I picked up all sorts of weird crap from my book, let me tell you. Anyhow, Captain Boone was supposed to meet us here like 20 minutes ago. We know there's a Rubik's is out like looking for him because he's looking to make good on his
Loan.
he
Rubik's paid for the Intrepid Devil.
yeah, that's the one. Bankrolled
Yes.
that whole affair, and we kind of
Most
ran her aground.
Hey, we didn't do anything.
Well, yes, she went down.
The black sludge dead people. That's what brought her down. By the way, black sludge dead people, probably not a good thing, right? That's not good
No.
to see.
Of course not.
Yeah, pinning that one. We'll circle back to that point in a moment. The devil is, technically on the island, but she's not above the waterline anymore.
Shipwreck.
Yeah, somewhat. Captain Boone brought us across the
Oh.
jungle with his friend, the crazy druid guy. Who's
Trobin.
that's the one.
He's a good man. Good dwarf, Trobin.
He's
Rather enjoy
supposed to
his
meet us
company.
here. Rubik's is looking for him. He's got his chumps all out and
Chumps.
walking the street, keeping their eyes open because they know he's supposed to be meeting us. They're watching us.
Interesting.
Is
Oh
there
yeah,
anything
we kind of
do
have
for him?
until what? Dusk is probably when he's going to show up.
Yeah, he's gonna start looking for us.
We're going to have to tell him something.
If we can't produce the captain or a good story, then our goose is cooked.
So, Connor is missing.
Oh, he's not missing. He's probably hiding.
Or captured. That's what we don't know.
We're not aware of his whereabouts, and we've recently learned that there's people looking for him.
Connor, what have you got yourself into this time?
Debt, apparently.
A lot of it. What's the
Yes,
ship
well, that's-
cost?
That's not uncommon, but
I think if we made them a golden suit of armor with all the gold that Torque's melting down, that they might, be okay with that.
Give me a moment, if you would. Ardell? Yes, master. Put a scry out for Connor, if you would. See if you can find him. Of course, master. Good. All right. She'll get right on that.
This lady you got working for you, what is this? Some kind of freak mind thing?
I'm thinking more indentured spirit. Yeah.
Sure.
Ardell is the tower.
Or that.
Right. So you're saying I'm currently inside someone.
Someone is a matter of interpretation. I suppose there is a sentience to her, but very
seems
powerful
nice.
enchantment.
You sly dog.
Hey, Ardell.
Found
You're
it much
nice.
easier to have the tower do what I needed it to do if I could communicate with it. And
Oh, I gotta know.
Ardell is
Are you the architect, or what's the deal with that?
yes.
All right. You just whoa, hey, wait a minute now. Perhaps the tower is something you've built on over the years, and as the times would change and what was in fashion or style at the time was different, and so every time you added a new layer, you would have the layer match the style of the time, and just over the course you have this sort of cacophony of various period pieces in one little tower.
That is a very well thought out, my friend, but entirely wrong. Just whatever suits my fancy at the time. Really.
I was going to say, I've got a theory. Hey, Talon, do you like humor? The tower is friggin' hilarious.
It is, isn't it? It's great. It's why not? The inside and the outside have no correlation to each other, so we can make it look like whatever I want to. So. Anyways, would any of you like some juice? I'm a little bit thirsty myself, actually.
Absolutely.
You tall one, Delar. Just that shelf over there. Would you mind? Just 3 bottles on the 4th shelf from the top. Grab one of those for each of you.
All right.
The pink
We'll
ones.
go over.
This whole time, Flick has not actually been sitting in his chair. He's sort of perched on the edge. But he's still like just ready to leap into action at any point. But so I was wondering, Joran, if we could circle back to the ship of Black Death and Ooze.
Yes.
And I'll describe the ship, the occupants of it, the corrosive black ooze there, the whole 9 yards. Give them the whole run of our 2 sessions ago.
The whole shebang.
The whole 9 fathoms.
Yes.
Yeah.
Excellent.
9 knots.
There we go. Yours is not the first account I've heard of strange undeath tentacles, ichor and the like. Until recently, it has been contained within the Sea of Souls, but even then, that is somewhat of a recent development. It is concerning. I have some possible theories of investigating, but nothing concrete yet. Perhaps you could help me with this, actually.
Yeah, if the Sea of Souls is leaking, I'd like to plug that leak, thanks.
Well,
that crap was bad enough when it was just there. If it's everywhere, that's bad news.
I have a very specific ritual that I need to cast in order to determine more, but the ingredient is rare, you see.
Of course.
I'm all out.
Is
it a dragon scale? I know we can get some of those.
He said he has.
No, I have several of them. That's not a problem.
Where would you keep those dragon scales, by the way, just out of curiosity?
Wherever I want to.
Somewhere safe.
Yeah, right. In the safe, you say?
No, I said somewhere safe.
Which would be a safe.
Why sure you will never find them.
That's why they're called safes, right?
Plan on to find them, but
No, blame a guy for trying.
It is a much more mundane ingredient.
I mean, if you really care about Captain Boone, I feel like you could probably cough up some money to pay his debt off, and it'd be a drop in the bucket for a guy like you.
Money's not the issue, actually, but for Captain Boone, there's more to work there. Why
don't we just take you to the shipwreck, and you can magic it up back good as new?
Oh, yes, I'm happy to be your personal wizard slave. Anything else you would like me to do, master?
Yes, could you fix my hair?
No. Now shut up, please. Listen, if we're going to save your friends and my friends, then some cordiality would be much preferred, young master.
I can be cordial.
I don't know that you can, actually. I haven't seen it yet.
You haven't earned it yet.
He's practicing. It's all right, man.
We'll deal with Tayland. We're happy to be cordial on his behalf.
You know, Tayland, I could magically shut you up anytime I want, but I haven't because that would be rude. See, I know how to exercise politeness. I would caution you to learn the same. Thank you. Now listen.
I can shut up if you want to loan me a scryer spell or two.
Cast silence on you.
Oh, man. Restraint is not Talen's strong suit, oddly enough.
Noticed. Listen, I am not against you. We are on the same side. I am a friend of Conan. I very much would like to know what the Ivory Spire is up to as well. And I would like to get to the bottom of this. You apparently have some sort of mistrust for anybody like me, and whatever the reasons for that, I'm not going to get into. I don't really care. Safe to say that I am here to help in this manner, but I am not your personal servant to do whatever you seem think is necessary.
We understand you got your own business to deal with.
Oh, I know that you understand. It's this one.
Yeah.
I don't think.
Can you help us understand what's the deal between the captain and Runix?
There's a long history there.
Is the captain being humiliated by him more important than the money? Because that's the feeling I'm getting from it.
It's very complicated. I would much prefer Connor to tell you himself.
Well,
if that is not possible, then I would reveal more. But I would allow.
Can you at least narrow it down? Is Runix part of his ship, or is he part of a rival ship?
Runix belongs to not one of the 6 ships in town. That is his business is entirely mother.
That's disheartening.
So if he were to say knock the Boone ship out of favor, then he might be able to slide into that void. Is that what I'm smelling?
Not at all. You see, Connor Boone is not affiliated with the Boone ship anymore. Not for a long time.
Oh, I think Talon might be getting his money.
Long story there as well. But you see, I really don't. I don't want to step on Connor's toes. He's a good friend. I'd rather not divulge more than is necessary. I would let him do that, but
sure.
Ardell has assured me that he is safe. She can see him. He is currently not in harm. He's surrounded by wood. Appears to be some sort of warehouse of like, but he seems to be in good spirits. Have a conversation with 3 other individuals. They look like crew of some sort, I believe. But he
Is
doesn't
it
appear to be.
Lefty and Shorty and the other guy?
You can assume so, yeah.
Utergai.
Uther. That's his name now. Uther guy.
Fantastic.
Along with Gary the Guard. They're going to be heroes, that's right. No, he does appear to be safe. I will see if I can get him here to the tower. I have means. I would encourage you to, perhaps, if you are willing, and Talon, if you are willing, and he cancels the silence spell, I would invite you to stay here tonight rather than returning to wherever it was you were.
Oh, thank God.
If you are concerned about...
That's not happening.
May I ask why?
The whole razzle dazzle you got in the air here, that's not going to fly.
You are much safer here than... I mean, I can... Is it because you'd rather be drunk?
It's not that I'd rather be drunk. It's that, well, if I'm not sleeping. It's a simple.
I can make that happen. Don't worry.
I mean, I can put you to sleep as well, Talon, if you want.
It's not the sleeping that's the problem.
I can disable certain enchantments I have in place if that would put you at ease. But I believe it'd be for your best interest and for the captains if you were to stay here rather than wherever it was that Runix was planning on meeting you.
You mean certain doom?
Yeah.
I don't think that's what he has in mind. Runix is an interesting one.
Well,
I hope you guys realize that if we're not at the dusk by the end of today, we are not going to have a good time when we do leave this tower.
Well,
I don't know. That's true.
Well, I think we got two choices. We go to the dusk. We got three choices. We stay here and accept whatever ramifications that has. We go to the dusk and kick the crap out of Rubik's.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen.
Or we go to the dusk
I would agree with that
and kick the crap out of us.
He would not have approached us if he had any inkling that he was even mildly afraid of us.
Runix has no need to be afraid of you, I assure you that. He's not afraid of too many people.
Yeah, I gathered.
So he has his goons kick the crap out of us, and what do we get out of it?
They're not Runix's goons. They are
exactly.
Runix's employers' goons. Runix is not the top dog.
He's one of them lone Sahugans.
It is the one he works for that is the real danger and threat.
And who, pray tell, does he work for?
I have no idea.
So someone with
what does anyone?
Oh, a beholder then.
Shadowy cabal.
No, I don't think so. But
how
would
good
you like
are
to
you?
see a beholder eye stalk?
How good are you at scrying then exactly? Because there's a lot you don't seem to know.
I can scry when it's need, but if you understand magic, there are many ways to prevent scrying, which even the most powerful wizards might have difficulty getting around with certain enchantments in place.
How much do you generally charge for a scrying job? Just hypothetically speaking.
I'm not in the business of hiring myself out.
Favors then?
Depends.
We just gave you a lot of information. Surely that's valuable. Gotta be worth something.
I think it's worth a night's accommodations, is that what he's saying?
Are you willing to retrieve the ingredients that I need in order to ascertain the nature of what is happening?
I mean, I was already assuming that was going to have to be what we were going to do.
Well, I tell you what, then. Upon retrieval of that, along with a handsome payment, I would happily perform some scrying for you, provided it's not invasive in inappropriate ways.
Oh, no.
I actually don't know what he wants to do there, so I can't vouch for him. But if you need something retrieved that's going to help us figure out what's going on, then yes, we'll help.
Yeah, I'm on
Yes,
board.
it is tied precisely to the ritual that I would need to perform in order to ascertain the nature of the Sea of Souls and what is going on. with
I'm
the
assuming
water and
if
light
it's
there.
something super rare, you would know where it might be found. You just couldn't be arsed to go get it yourself.
You certainly do have a mouth on you, young man. It's going to get you killed sooner rather than later.
Yes, it is.
Hasn't yet.
Yet is the key word there.
I know exactly where it is. In case you haven't noticed, I'm not as mobile as I used to be.
Yeah, you're not
Time
quite the spring
tends
chicken.
to have certain physical ailments, and I don't get out at all.
Who wants to live forever anyway? Am I right?
Well, many do. I don't. That's,
Dinar.
but I know exactly where it is. It's not terribly far. It's right here on the island.
I see where this is going.
Do you?
All right.
Who's got it?
Whose place we got to break into?
Oh, nobody's. It's a cave up north.
Oh, somebody lives there.
Well, yeah, but it's not so.
Guaranteed.
I don't believe so. It's
It's that cave with the volcano, isn't it?
well, it is at the northern end of the Salter Lake, Mount Firugasa. There's a cave there where a very rare type of mushroom called the ember spore grows, and the spores that
You need a
Come up with-
mushroom that grows in one location that you know about.
yes.
Well, I may not understand magic, but
Well, it's not
When-
the mushroom as per se. It's the spores which these mushrooms emit.
couldn't you have just set up some kind of one of them thingies to just take you there?
Hey, you know what?
It's possible not. I'm just
like,
asking.
he's just looking at you right now, like
I mean, you
staring
seem
you down.
pretty
you know,
rich
You know
and
what?
powerful. I'm just saying.
the old codger doesn't want to go spelunking. I'll cut him some slack.
I mean, neither do I. I don't blame the guy. Obviously, he's going to pay other people to do it. He's got the money and the know-how. I'm merely commenting.
I'm just wondering how they taste sauteed. That's really where my mind's going now. So,
If they're magical spores, you probably don't want to eat them.
Taylor, give me a wisdom save, please.
Oh boy.
You've been saucy.
22.
Wow. Okay. He
I'm
kinda
very sober right now.
he looks at you and he's like, "Young man, I suggest you go to sleep."
Not
And
without
for a
a
moment,
drink, I'm not.
You kind of feel yourself like, you kind of shake it off.
Am not sleeping until I get some drink in me.
He dispels the enchantment that kind of removes all negative effects, and you feel that kind of.
Thank you, sir.
Is that? You
All right.
2 years. Like, is that going to shut him up?
It'll
You
make
have
it more
lit-
agreeable.
You've literally uncorked him at this point, though.
Let's have a party, boys.
You get the good and the bad.
I really don't like you, which is a shame
He
because
grows.
Much like mold, I tend to grow on you, and I can be a bit
Yeah.
of a fun guy.
yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. And though I do appreciate humor, yours is very thin.
Come on.
All right, let's get you set up somewhere where you can make a mess and not disturb too much.
Isn't it like noon?
Yep.
Yeah,
So we're just going to have to stay here all day?
pretty much.
You're free to leave for the time being. I'm just saying if you want
Okay.
any other things to take care of during the day, but when it comes to your allotted time of meeting,
Yeah, we're probably going to want to get here like
I
an
would-
hour before we're
I
expected
would
at the
suggest
dusk.
you return here to the tower. And you might want to collect your friends, the talk.
Oh yes.
Oh,
Is
Yeah,
what-
we probably should
Yes.
do that. Yeah.
I would
Meanwhile,
recommend
Tor's
putting
just
in-
standing around with a bag of gold. It's like, "Do-do-do."
I'm sure they're not getting into any trouble right now.
They are fine. I hope. Except Hayland.
All right. Well, if we have time to kill, then I guess Dinar will.
Your shopping trip. Yeah, let's
Yeah.
go.
I'll make my way down to the shop south of Renly.
Scrolls of detect magic. You say?
Sure. You're looking for magical items.
Let's just say I'm trying to expand my my repertoire, as it were.
Interesting. I would recommend checking out Callum's place, Callum's Curios.
Callum's Curios. Okay.
Yes, I will let him know that you're coming, and he will
Ooh.
let
Do
you
we
in.
Okay.
Do we get the preferred customer discount?
No, he will let you in the door.
Eh,
That's the
Whereas
preferred
otherwise-
customer
that's
discount.
progress.
Whereas otherwise he wouldn't. But if
That
I
sounds
let him know
preferred
that
to
you are
me.
coming, then he will open the door.
Admittance through recommendation only. Now, I mean that checks out for magic shop.
Yep, yep. Yes, it's exclusivity. Normally he only deals with the 6 ships. And
Flick, am
myself,
I the only
of
one
course.
here who realizes just how like these wizards really like being exclusive to themselves?
It's not about exclusivity in this case. It's about protection.
Tomato, tomato.
There is a reason that I've set up my locale here in this city and not elsewhere, but I don't need to divulge that information. to
Sure.
You.
Set up in a tower, stay by yourself. Don't use magic to help people live better. Nah, it's fine.
Enjoy your shopping trip. You guys are suddenly outside the tower.
Yep.
Is it still raining?
Yep.
Great.
Talon, is this going to be a pattern? Are you going to get us kicked out of the best places in town all the time?
I didn't get you kicked out of the dusk.
That is not the best place in town.
Speak for yourself.
I mean, to each their own, but still.
All I'm saying is these wizards go around sitting in their tower doing all this stuff. What are they ever given to society? They choose to live for 400 years. At some point, you think you could have just decided that one day he's going to step out and be like, yeah, here you go, guys. Have some food.
The master has done much for many people that you are not aware of, but he does not need to divulge all that information to you.
So you're making an awful lot of assumptions, Talon, about what this guy's done or hasn't done.
Assumptions are assumptions. These are educated.
Educated. That's rich.
Eh.
Dinar's going to make for the stairs. Towards the market towards Callum's Curios.
I shall await your return. Enjoy the rest of your day.
see you later, lady.
So, Flick, what kind of body have you given the tower in your head?
She's about 4'3", green and curves in all the right places, and lumps in all the right places too. Let me tell you.
Terrific.
Objectifying a tower. That's a new one. Wow.
So Callum's Curious.
that's special. You make your way south to the shopping district, as it were, south of Ship Renly, and you can see the sign, which has 2 crossed wands with a orb of sorts kind of underneath it, and in very fine script says Callum's Curios above it. And as you approach, the door opens, and a very finely dressed elven individual steps out. You are the ones that Jordan said would be coming?
Yes.
Yes.
Very good. Please come on inside and we shall do business. Yeah.
Before we enter the building, Dinar's going to stop, turn around, and put a hand on Talon's shoulder.
Hi.
Listen, I am trying to procure some spells that might help us on the road. If you
Detect
go in
magic
there-
spells?
If you go in there and belittle this guy or make me seem like a fool, that's not going to happen. So, are you going to be on your best behavior, or do I have to keep you out here?
Hey, I want to check the place out. It seems like a
That's-
fun time.
I would love it if you came in with me. But I am also trying to buy things, and if you insult this guy and he doesn't sell me stuff, we're going to have words.
I'm gonna watch.
Hey, as long as you don't give me reason to, I'll keep my mouth shut.
No, but you see, that's the thing, is that you seem to go looking for reasons instead of there actually being reasons. I just want to make sure that you're going to let me buy stuff.
I'm not going to get in the way of you buying things that are going to help us out.
I don't know, you seem to be trying to shove your foot in your mouth in Joran's tower there, so I just feel
think
like we need to have this
these
conversation.
wizard people could use a good humble or two.
But you see, that's the kind of conversation that I don't want to have in there. These wizard folk. For the record, I'm a wizard.
Yeah, but you're a cool one. You know, you're going around on ships. You're not lording
It's
your
one of
power
good
over the
ones, is that what
peasantry.
you're saying?
Well, not yet. Let's
Bucket list. Lord power over peasantry.
I'm getting ideas the more and more wizards that we visit. Yeah. All right, we'll go in.
All right, all right.
As you enter in, the shop actually looks fairly sparse for what you're expecting, and it's very plain. The walls are nice, like it's kind of like a dark oak, and there are some cabinets and display cases that have a few items in them, but it's not very large, and there's maybe about a dozen or 15 or so items that you can see. Doesn't seem to be a back room. There's just kind of a small desk of sorts in one corner that he kind of moves towards and just kind of stands in front of as you enter, and as the door closes behind you. Yes, so what was it exactly that you are looking for?
Quality over quantity.
Well,
I assure you that what you see here is not everything that I have to offer.
yeah,
Huh.
that's yeah. This is again, as our friend was just explaining to us, Talon. This is about protection. So, what I am interested in, and as Dinar is explaining this, he's gonna bring up his leather strap sash that he's got his spells written on. I'm looking to
That is very nice, but
extend the library that I have in different situations. I was wondering
of course.
what you might have for sale that could be useful to a wizard such as myself.
It is mostly what I deal with. So, you're looking for scrolls, or perhaps a wand, or protection of some sort, garments. What? I'm sorry if you could be more specific. That would be helpful.
I'm wishing that I thought ahead of time of what I wanted. I thought there
Says
would be
every
options.
wizard
I thought
ever.
there would be options. Of
Yeah,
here's what you can pick
seriously.
from.
Yeah, like what kind of stuff do we see? Like, is it just like a smattering of random objects?
You see a number of rings. There are wands, a couple of staves. There is a very elaborate robe. That's kind of like a dark, almost like a too dark black with gold filigree on it. That almost seems to absorb light. That's kind of hanging in one tall glass cabinet. There's all sort like manner of things. There's one shelf that does have a number of different potions on it as well, like vials and different potion bottles.
Talk to me about price points here. What are we looking at for some of these items here?
Well, it depends, of course, on what you're looking for. I have healing potions for 50 gold or so, up to thousands, of course.
Well, yeah.
Talon's, upon
not-
hearing the fact that he's selling healing potions for 50 gold to only exclusive people, I'm just going to roll a d20 even for no real reason. Okay, he keeps his mouth shut.
What do you got? Something in the 200 gold range. What do you got for me?
200.
I'm thinking rings or equipment of some sort, or
I believe I have an amulet that would give you a little bit of added protection. It's
Got any
about-
spectacles that make it easier for people to read magic formula?
I don't. I think I have that at the moment.
Oh, well, you don't have anything actually useful? All right.
sorry. The back to that amulet for a second there.
There's 250 golds. It would make you a little bit hardier, as it were. It gives you up to your armor class without having to put on armor.
Well, you don't need that, Flick. Your whole policy is just don't get hit.
True story.
Well, maybe
That is a good policy, but if you do get hit, it is good to have something to.
If
protect you
anybody,
with, of course.
if anybody needs that, it's Dinar. You know, the guy who doesn't wear armor.
That's true. Talk to me about your wands. What do you have in a similar price range?
You have a wand of detect magic.
Stop.
Not too many of my wands are in that price range. I would have ones that I have a minor wand of magic missile. It has a number of castings of the spell magic missile that you can cast without using a spell slot from the wand. Once they are used up, then it is spent. I do have a wand of it is a +1 wand, as it is called. It gives you a little bit of an edge to your spell casting. That one is 350 gold, so it's a little bit more than the 200 range. But the wand of missiles, magic missiles, I believe, is I think that one is 300 as well. So
300. Okay.
the next anything you're looking for, X would be 1,000 or more. So
Are you actually looking to buy right now, or are you just window shopping for when we get all the gold back?
A little bit of window shopping, but also potentially buying. How about your scrolls? So something that I could transfer to my spell strap here.
I've many scrolls. If I don't have anything at the moment, it can always be something that could be prepared for a price as well.
So what about if I was looking for a scroll for magic missile?
A scroll of magic missile, that would be not too difficult to come by.
Sorry, why do you need a scroll of magic missile?
I don't have that spell.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I could have sworn you've cast that at some point.
No.
Magic missile. Oh, I gotta find some.
It's an incredibly useful spell.
Well, because I've built more for support.
Yeah, I know. Fair,
To buff or debuff enemies. So.
I mean, the enlarged spell was a goat choice right there. So
yeah.
Yeah. Probably.
Hey, Flick, you think this guy could help you read things in your book easier?
You're looking for some
Maybe.
help with understanding magic? Is that what you're getting at?
No. It's better if I figure it out on my own than I know it.
Of course.
You just don't want him to look at the book and see the wizard sigil, do you?
I do have a spell. I do have a scroll of magic missile at the moment. It would be 100 gold pieces.
Okay. All right, that's decent. And how about the spell Let's go expeditious retreat.
Expeditious retreat. That is a good spell. I don't believe I have a scroll for that at the moment. It is something that I could have created for you. I do not write spells myself, but I do have a arcane scribe who's able to do such a thing. Is there something you would need expeditiously?
No, I mean we'll likely be in town for a couple of days at least, so I could
Of
always
course.
perhaps commission you to get one.
Okay. Is the price would be the same, and 100 gold. It is a first level spell as well, but it would probably take about 3 days or so for that one to. I would have to send out the request for it to be scribed and then have it done. So.
Okay.
So,
Just wondering if I was to commission that scroll and then take the scroll of magic missile, could we negotiate that price at all? If I buy both,
make me an offer.
how about 200, and you throw in a healing potion?
Make a persuasion check.
Okay.
Would you like some assistance in that? But it would require me to open my mouth and actually communicate.
I mean, I would, but I don't know that in the moment.
I'm willing to help buy a potion. That sounds incredibly useful.
I mean, sure.
Do you want magical? I probably not. I'd imagine.
I
you
mean,
just...
at this point, yeah. If the guy's gonna know what you're doing. If
yeah.
if
Would you like? Would you like me to make? What is it? This was persuasion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want me to give him advantage, or do you want me to make the check with advantage if he's assisting me?
You can give him his advantage because he's the one actually.
That makes sense to me.
Making the deal. So.
Okay, so I'm rolling with advantage.
Yeah, advantage. Yeah.
Okay.
I will begin to explain why it would be very good to win the favor of this up-and-coming young mage who is looking to have himself his own tower and lord over the peasantry soon.
Of course. Yeah.
All right, so I rolled an 11 and an 8. So persuasion is a +1. It's a 12.
12. Okay. I understand the nature of your deal. I tell you what, because you were sent to me directly by Jorund himself, I will give you a discount on the potion with the 2 scrolls. So 225 in total.
Take the deal.
As opposed to the 250 that it would normally be.
That seems reasonable, yeah.
It's not, but take the deal anyway.
Boys, I've got 200.
Very reasonable, actually.
Does somebody want to help me out with the 25?
I can hook you up. No problem.
Talon watches as you hand over more money than he's ever seen in his entire lifetime for a piece of paper and a bottle.
You don't know how important this piece of paper is. This piece of paper might save your life.
Scroll is, yes, it is more than just a piece of paper. It allows you to learn a new spell which can be used endlessly.
Or you can write it down in sheet music and have it forever.
He doesn't understand. He's
each
one of those singing types.
Each magic user to their own. I mean, all magic comes from the same source anyway, so it is.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be holy hymns that triggers the divine power of the gods of nature. It could be sea shanties. Why not?
They all get their magic from the weave, just like every sorcerer and every wizard and every bard, every druid.
So if I'm to take what you're saying as true, you're saying that blaspheming is actually perfectly fine.
I'm not going to get into a religious argument. I was merely talking about the source of all magic and reality. Which
right. So blaspheming is fine. Great. Good.
The money has changed hands and the goods are in Dinar's hands right now. Just confirming that.
Not sure about where you were going with this. I'm going to leave it at that, if you don't mind. religious philosophy is not my
No,
area of expertise or concern.
they wouldn't be.
Yeah. Taylor, let's stop harassing the clerks.
I'm having a discussion.
Yeah.
He seems like a nice intellectual sort that maybe wants to have a nice intellectual discussion.
Hey,
I would enjoy having an intellectual discussion.
Don't finish that sentence. Let's go, Flick.
So, somebody who
Yeah, he's gone.
such a conversation.
Yeah.
Out of respect for Dinar, Talon has left before that sentence is finished.
Yeah, he would have gotten a face full of fist in a moment there.
Dinar will hang back for a moment, and I need to apologize for. I don't want to call him a friend, my compatriot. He sometimes speaks before he thinks. I think that he thinks he's thinking before he's speaking, but I've only known him a little while, so I apologize.
All right, I understand, of course. I get all types, and I don't take it personally. It's
Well, I
not a problem
appreciate
at all.
that.
I appreciate your business,
With regards to my expeditious retreat spell,
of course.
will you contact me? Should I come back in a couple of days and check in?
You have connection with Jorand, yes?
I do, yes.
I will inform Ardell when it is ready, and she will let you know.
Okay, that's a good plan.
Wonderful.
Appreciate your business.
Anytime. Anyone who Jorand sends to me, he doesn't send people to me lightly, so I'm happy to do business with you.
Just keep in mind, he sent us here having met Talon.
That is true, but
It's interesting.
you are the one who was doing the shopping, correct?
That's true. Yes.
I spent all my money on a change shirt.
All right. Dinar will head out with his new scroll.
Wonderful.
Magic missile.
Before we go, actually, might I inquire? Is this manner of inscribing spells? It's rather unique. Am I to understand then that this is your spell book, as it were?
Yes, that is correct.
What led you to use this method, if I may ask? It is
Well,
interesting.
where I'm from, it wasn't exactly. You see the scales.
Of
You know
course,
that.
hard to miss.
Yeah, there's not many like me in this world. So, back home, I mean, what I've been told, what I understand is that Dragonborn with my scales, with my colors, are supposed to be more like the chosen ones, like the,
Yes.
So
Expectations placed upon you by your society.
no, it's actually the opposite. There's that expectation that is supposed to be there that I am chosen. Rather,
I see.
I was rejected. They basically saw me as an outcast, as an aberration.
That is the other side of the coin, which often happens, indeed.
So, I knew at a young age that there was something different in the arcane realm, but I didn't exactly get to go to wizard school back home. So,
Of course.
I have spent much of my life down here, actually with the Gungrim dwarves.
Ah,
And it is them who...
good folk.
They are good folk. I am looking forward to returning to them someday.
Wonderful. I have
But
many
it's them
associates
that-
in Stormhaven.
Pardon?
I have many associates and friends in Stormhaven, in the guild.
Yes, it's been a while for me. I'm due for another visit. But it was them that came up with this different mechanic for spell casting. They saw that I was different than the rest and suggested that maybe the way that I use and wield my arcana be different as well. So, this is due to them.
Wow.
Little ingenuity on both sides. Works for me.
It is both functional and beautiful as well. It looks very nice. So I compliment you on it, on the ingenuity. and the fashion sense of it as well.
I appreciate that. I'll make sure I pass that along.
Of course. Well, good day. I shall inform Odell when your scroll is ready, and you may come and retrieve it at your leisure.
Thank you. Denar's
Not
gonna
a
make his way
problem.
for the door, and as he gets to the door, he's gonna turn back and cause the inner light on his scales to kind of flicker as he waves goodbye.
You see Callum's eyes kind of on for a second, just go. Very nice. Gives a little nod of appreciation.
I'm a new wizard. How long will it take me to transcribe this scroll of magic missile to my strap?
Essentially, a short rest. You need to spend an hour.
Okay.
For the it's a simple spell, very simple spell. So
Okay.
The way I'll run is you just gotta take an hour.
Okay.
Inscribing it,
Cool.
etching the runes, as it were. So, all right. Well, as you exit the magic store, I think that is a good spot for us to call it, since it's getting approaching the 11:30 mark. I'm not quite there, but I'm getting there. So we will call it there for this evening, and we will pick it up next week. Not 2 weeks from now, but next week. We're going to play in a week just for scheduling reasons again. And we will pick it up with Torque rejoining us. Hopefully Jack will be with us. And we will go from there. So
We're gonna have a fun conversation with him when he gets back.
thank you everyone for joining us. If you're not already, follow us on Twitter at Overbringcast. You can catch our podcasts and audio on Podbean, and you can watch our VODs on YouTube as well. And you can find all of that, links to all of that on our. We have a link tree, Elderbrain, and you can find all that stuff on our Twitter as well. So yeah, please follow and subscribe and do all those liking things if you like us. Please like us. And yeah, we'll see you next time. Happy gaming, everyone. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.